you want to start?
Yeah, I'm ready when you're ready. Electrical fields is another one. The radio frequency, though, anything radiant, anything with photons, it's that old. Like all of it's that old, So
I think it's older than the ancient Egyptians.
Oh, for sure. I think that it goes all the way into Atlantis. I think that we definitely have a dome. And, are we allowed to go into that realm this time?
If you want to, yeah. I'm so over it all. I'm let's just talk about whatever. If you want to cancel me.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think at this point,
however deep you want to go and what you want to do.
We're so far past in our lives, the way that we take on knowledge is you're a walking cassette tape in a way. Mm-hmm. That's just the way I see how we are. You ever see the thing where water is memory?
Yeah, structured water and stuff like you can structure water but it remembers its shape or something like that.
Yeah, that's the Veda Austin stuff, right? Yeah. So she would flash freeze an image over a picture. She would take a petri dish, put it over the image, flash freeze the water, pull the water away, and the frost on the thing will always take on the shape of the image below it.
Right.
So that has to do with photons passing through the water and whatever the energy base of the water is. So It basically remembers its container, but it also remembers light. And that's where it goes into all of the depth of spirituality all the way back to there. We're so far removed from understanding how all of this stuff was. And once they started up with all this stuff, I was I just picked this fight in this, I'm not laying down about any of it forever. I mean, I'm probably going to have to die first, I think, at this point. But
okay, let's just, so you're just a modest carpenter.
That's it. Yeah.
And then just to give a quick backstory onto how you came upon where you're at right now is you started to question things and look into things, right? Am I doing it well?
COVID.
COVID was the thing that you were okay, something's up. You were totally before that. You were
didn't care about anything. I wanted to raise my kids, get free, and go live my life like everybody else.
Right. So then, how did you come across all the other stuff that you started? Do you remember the first thing that you looked up that you were whoa, wait, what?
Dr. Thomas Cowan. I wanted to make a point of bringing him up today because he brought up a topic about he was on YouTube right when all of the COVID stuff started, and they were talking about how there's a lot of disinformation and misinformation out there, right? And they started with all of that nonsense. So, and that's just to put the shield up for, hey, the experts are speaking now, and while the experts are speaking, anything that's in your brain doesn't matter. Listen to the experts and they'll do whatever, right? So Common Core math, Common Core math comes into play here. How many of the young kids today, yes, teacher, I'll do it your way. I'll separate it up and make it take 3 times longer than it ever did before.
Right.
This form of math. I'll go home and I'll argue with my parents. They'll say, I'm stupid. I'll say they're stupid. And then I'll come back to the expert. Mm-hmm. It was about shaping the way those kids would approach anything in life. Go to the experts, go to the experts.
Right.
And if you really want to get deep on that topic, the thing, you know who Eratosthenes was? The double stick experiment proving the earth was a globe and all that. All right. So Eratosthenes was one of he was the chief librarian of the Library of Alexandria.
Okay.
Through the Ptolemaic periods. This is 300 years or so after, I can't remember the time frame. But so in his period, to start fresh, all of mankind throughout history has been age after age after age, meaning it's been world after world after world. And if you check out all the etymology of what the word world means, it means in this age of man.
Okay.
Just like planetes. Planetes was a Greek word that described a star that was out of alignment with the rest of the night sky. Well, those planetes were always colored. The next closest one was red. And then the next, so in the color spectrum or the color field, as a vibrational...
like a wave.
essence trapped into what they call sonoluminescence. So did you ever see the sonoluminescence video?
Mm-mm.
All right. So
you can play whatever you want. We just don't have sound.
No sound. All right. That'd be better. So the paint can I brought was to show you.
So just for people who are tuned, like there's a lot of people who know who you are.
Yeah.
And for the people who don't know who you are, this is going to seem like some crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I just want to prepare people for, this might be like above like applied mathematics. So like, there's a lot of information here that like after we talk and I go back and look at it, I'm like, holy shit, he's onto something.
Yeah.
I just want to preface it with I believe you. I don't think that you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
I think you're a really good dude. Yeah. And I think that like your motives in the world are honorable and honest. And I think that's all we can ask for in people. So I just want to say that like,
thanks,
I really care about you, and I'm happy that you're here sharing this, and it's up to the people to decide. Right.
Yeah. Right. Of course. Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't want to, all right. So everything has been about these offices. It's the control of mankind through these different offices, through these different ages. So if you want a reformation thing, and the elites of today need to have a great reset. Who are the elites? There were the L-ites. We say Semites and we say Hamites, but we don't ever say L-ites. We just call them elites.
Right.
The elites.
This is all etymology stuff. It goes back to like the source of words and all that. Yeah,
right? Like the god El of ancient Mesopotamia. If I search that
for everybody, we're going to do like a PowerPoint for all of this. So we're going to try to like intercut between the conversation and what Shane's showing on camera.
Mesopotamia, the god El was like, so here's the deity. And this is the earliest that, all right, so El is a Northwest Semitic. Oh, you can read that there, I guess, huh?
El is a Northwest Semitic word meaning God or deity, or referring as a proper name to any one of the multiple major ancient northeastern deities.
All right. So this is really, really old. And pay attention to old Akkadian.
Right. And it says that it goes between 2900 and 2350 BCE.
All right. Yeah. So that's their earliest period.
Yeah. So now, that's like 5,000-6,000 years ago.
Yeah. Right. So this is like the beginning of the Solomon's Temple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And before we really get going, the only thing I want to say to anybody, like, I don't know.
Your camera's right there.
Over there?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
You've got to remove yourself from everything that you were ever taught. If that's religion, if that's politics, whatever your ideologies are, in order to see like to get on a path of truth, you have to become nothing before you can move forward into something, and this is like one of the greatest and most profound things that I ever found in my life. We were talking about like how Freemasonry works and all that stuff. Once you are an initiate in any of those old initiatic mystery schools, you are on a path that understands there is a duality to all of what you're living physically. And once I get into that, I think it's going to just blow everybody out of their chairs. Like if
they get it, if they understand it.
I think I armed myself well enough as I was falling asleep last night to talk about this in a way that everybody should be able to easily understand.
Okay.
You ever hear that song?
No.
Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
Look in my eyes.
Yeah. What do you see?
I'm the Cult of Personality.
Yeah, you are.
Great tune. All right. So now, taking all that stuff into consideration from a spiritual, non-political, non-religious standpoint, you are just you standing in an empty room with no feeling, no sound, no voice, no interruptions. You have this vow of silence like the Tibetans take and all that, right? Mm-hmm. You are just here to absorb information, process it, and do the best you can with what you know, right? So the god El is the earliest thing that gives any credence to the old Bibles. The Old Testament or the New Testament are built on this. So when we say angel or Michael or Raphael or any of the L's, they were people who were worthy of a halo. The halo is like Jesus was worthy of a halo. Mithra was worthy of a halo. And so Mithra, if you look at the image, You'll see. So he was responsible in his age of man. He was responsible for killing the age of the bull,
which was the prior age.
The prior age was Egypt, and that was like a representation. So the bull or the cow was a representation of Hathor, of ancient Egyptian Hathor. Like she was made into a god. So anytime you see like Egyptian reliefs or anything, they're always talking about this cow and why cows are so like
honored and worshipped,
revered. Yeah. Like in India now, they still let them walk among them and all that stuff. So they carry over the oldest traditions following this early Egyptian thing. And there's a war going on between the religions throughout all of the eternity that like people don't understand, which is take control of Egypt first off and then isolate all of mankind individually, basically, hey kid, are you okay with playing a video game all day long every day inside of that box or that cube? Hey, you want to work from home, right? Mm-hmm. So to isolate all these people individually and control the algorithms that are teaching them, giving them their access to what they perceive as reality, you're controlling an entire network of people just by creating the algorithms and playing them like a tune. Right. So each individual cell all the way across, parents from children, hey, get out of my hair, go up in your room. Mm-hmm. You're not learning things together. Like it's so that isolation.
Yeah, we're separating families and fathers and brothers and sisters and mothers and using these stupid goddamn devices.
Yeah.
And the TV and the music and all of it.
Yeah.
It's all forms of control. It's like all fingers were wrapped around you like a fist.
And that's what it is. It's not that these people are evil and they want to control the world in a way where they're going to kill everybody, right?
I just think they don't know what they don't know. Some
like
of them.
Us or the people that are doing it,
like the people,
useful idiots.
Yeah.
So like I think that the majority of them have tried to achieve a PhD. We got to go back to Eratosthenes for me to like iron this one out because that's where you have
Let's try to go as linearly as possible.
Okay. So so Eratosthenes, but it's all about the obfuscation. As we're talking about water as memory, our body is 80% water. Our brain is 90% water. The cells are 70% water. Pretty much we're all water. Mm-hmm. So, when you're talking
about... That's an important thing to know.
Yeah.
That, like, remember that most of you is water.
Yeah. It's like it remembers everything, Yeah. And so I brought my book, by the way, to kind of help us get through the very strategic parts of how to get regular people to understand where our religions and stuff came from. So it's going to be really polarizing for them because the first thing you see on the news or TV or movies in Hollywood, like where the courts, or the granite Hollywood stars are on the ground. Like it goes into all of this stuff.
Okay.
Like, but the people that are pursuant of PhDs, that hard drive is being so obfuscated and consumed by, and it's not to put them down. It's like they're very good on the memory side of their mind, right? Like, and I don't mean to be offensive when I say that because like those are the people that'll bombard you and tear you right down automatically.
Right.
But it's like what they did in pursuit of their goals has been, like, hey, I want to make $150,000 a year as a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. So as we go, all right, you've got a multiple choice answer. What's the right answer? This one, right? That gets me the paper. That gets me into the next grade, into the next segment of my life or whatever. So I keep on doing everything like that. And we're conditioned straight into that right out of the church. Do you agree that there is a God that will free you of all the burdens of your sins? And right, like, so when you already give up all of your faith to some outside entity that's not yourself, you will always wait for an answer from outside of you rather than being the creator of your own outcomes. You know? So
there was something I saw about this where it's like the Christ-like was inside you. So it was like Christ was like a metaphor for
Christos.
Yeah. Was that what it was?
That was the Greek version. The Greek version or the Greek Hebrews, etymologically, this is going to get real cool right there specifically. But Christos wasn't the anointed or an anointed one. So it basically meant you led your life in such a pious and pure nature that you've done no harm and you've contributed to all of the balance of, like in Egypt, they called it ma'at, M-A, the
Was that more like you're a net positive for the world?
Not so much positive, but it was more about harmony.
Okay.
Like a harm. You wanted to be a part of this overall harmony where
all of the resonances are working together, and none of them are combating each other, and just like frequencies. You don't have anything that like kills the frequency. So for lack of a better term,
the human toroidal field. So in that alone, you can see that.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. So this is what they call.
We're all energy. You just can't see it.
Yeah. This is the biofield, right? So that's your 6 foot social distancing bubble. The scientists all know it's there. The radio companies know that it's there. The communications companies know that it's there. The electric companies and the IEEE, those guys all know that it's there. The people that are building this Web3, mesh network right now, they know that that's there. That's what's been measuring you from COVID forward. All of that was there, and it was a recognizable field of energy. It's electromagnetic, and it is recognizable. So now, just like two magnets, if I were to take two magnets and they're north south, and I put them close to each other, eventually, the closer they get, they become one big field after that.
Right.
So if I'm standing too close from you, I can't differentiate between, like if I'm measuring that field, I can't differentiate between where Mark stands and where Shane stands if we're too close together.
Right.
This was an identification process for AI from the start, right? COVID, Certificate of Vaccination. Identification for AI. 1 is A, 9 is I. Ninth letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
So your phone and the user interface inside of your phone is built to pick up all these different subtle energy frequencies and stuff,
And for people who don't believe that, you have the health app on your phone, you have the wearables, you have all of this stuff.
Yeah. And so all of that can not only recognize this toroidal field, but it can also manipulate it.
Well, it makes sense because frequencies can interrupt frequencies.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Like
and also like the people who think that that's crazy, that Havana syndrome going around where it's energy weapons they're using frequencies.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, you're looking at these. So these are all directional. I mean, that's the good part about a 5G tower or whatever is they're all directional. If they're square and they're pointed in one direction, like it's only going to propagate outward and in its, wherever it's directed.
Right. That's its field of view.
Yeah. But it will expand and, so it's not what I strongly believe. I wouldn't be able to prove it, but I think that when they went through all of 5G, I think it was so I told you about my Rife machine before, right? So I think they put one there that would, have you been extremely tired lately?
Yes.
Everybody I know, I can't stop sleeping, right? Delta variant.
I want to sleep.
I know.
Yeah.
So the Delta variant they were saying last, I remember when that happened, and I already had the Rife machine.
The COVID Delta variant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And they were, I just posted something about that today. I thought it was funny. Like all these people standing behind podiums, like it's going to find you no matter where you are. And I'm like, oh my God, like how did we all fall for all that stuff? Oh man. But so the Delta.
Common Core math.
Right.
Yeah.
So now the Delta variant is the 5 different brainwave states, and that's it's alpha, beta. It starts with delta. The delta is like 0 to 4 hertz is like low activity in the brainwave,
and hertz is a frequency.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
all measurable. Yeah, so this is all measurable.
Yes.
So the head is one of these toroidal fields, and the heart is also another one.
It's basically like the chakras.
I guess. I mean,
it comes.
The heart is one. Each of them have their own.
Correct.
Yeah. Stacked like over and over. Just like the planets in different color spectrums, right?
Yes.
So look at the chakras.
Yes.
Watch.
And the heart is also a vortex, which a lot of people don't know. It actually folds in on itself and creates a vortex.
Chestahedron, they call that. It's called a chestahedron.
Yeah, but basically what it's doing is it's structuring water.
Oh yeah,
in a vortex.
So think about this for a second. This one's gonna freaking.
Yeah, most people just think it's a pump and it's just like a poof, but it's not. It actually creates a vortex as it pulls in and it pushes out and it goes through the chambers. I watched this biologist or whatever just take a heart and unfold it. because it's actually a folded in on itself.
I forget. It's a Spanish dude. It was a Spanish
I watched
dude.
that. Yeah.
So these are the colors of the chakras.
Yeah. And if you want, you can click those to make them big. Just so everybody can see it.
So watch this. What color is Mars?
Red.
What's the next one after it? I don't even know.
Jupiter.
Jupiter? No, Jupiter is the last one, isn't it?
No, Jupiter's after Mars. Roy G. Biv. No, not Roy G. Biv. Every good. So it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto.
Blue is up at the top. Pluto is purple.
Yep.
What are the color spectrums here? Like, do they align with the planets or no? Like, so
some of them do, not all of them.
Here, look. The cover of the book. I mean, I don't know how many. That's the cover of the book.
Okay, this is your book?
Yeah. I mean, it's a segment of it.
Just so everyone knows, Shane has a book coming out called The Chemistry of Light. How sacred magic became technology. The pyramids made the gods in heaven. Sound, water, light, human transformation.
Like, but in a literal sense.
I understand.
That cannot be denied by, like, you could take a world-class physicist and
put that right here. We'll do the chemistry of light.
How cool is that?
It's cool, man. Dark side of the moon.
So here's what's real cool now. All right, you can take purple and you can take blue and whatever color you want. They all have a resonant field of frequency. So if I back out of this and I go, what is the, what is the resonant field of, or the resonant frequency of the color blue? It aligns with, did it have an answer there?
Yeah, they did.
Blue is typically described as light with a dominant wavelength of about 450 to 495 nanometers. This corresponds to frequencies of roughly 610 to 670 hertz. Terahertz, sorry. All right, so it's the same thing with each individual color.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, how the hell, when I get through this with everybody here, you're going to say, all right, well, now I'm starting to think backwards, because you have to. Now we're looking at the human toroidal field. Everything we know is based on squares and circles, right? And for us, everything's a square room. This is a design, like this is a Phoenician design. It's literally about, encaging your soul. But when everything is cyclical and able to transfer energy and motion and movement, mm-hmm. that's photons, electrons, whatever that is, so a water droplet is not a pure sphere. But an air bubble is. So now if the air bubble is below the ocean and the sun comes out and it lights up the bottom of the ocean floor, there's ions, something happens there, right? So positive ions now get ignited somehow. They want to escape, but that bubble doesn't break. That electron skin or photons, whatever that is, like, all right, it's below 3 different layers of extremely heavy water. Why is it not breaking that bubble? And where the hell did it come from? It's not like springs like they always used to say. So the sun comes out, it heats up the ocean floor, and ionization starts to happen. You can witness this yourself just by taking a glass container and a plastic container we talked about last time, put them both out in your windowsill and watch which one starts getting air bubbles first. It's the one that is electron passive. So the energy passive goes through the, right? And that's why they say wearing all these organic fabrics and stuff is really good for you, like why the guy over in Iraq is running around head to toe covered with linen, and the lady that's standing next to him in the Nike polyester sports bra go for a 2-mile walk. She's been physically fit forever. She sweats to death. She's extremely dehydrated, and Amir the camel
just crushes it.
Right. So it's because of the repulsive nature of the body. That material is electron passive. So it's
unnatural.
What's that?
It's unnatural.
It's unnatural. It's a containment unit.
Yes.
So they know that polyester has been doing this to our bodies.
And it's mostly plastics. Polyester is plastics.
Polysorbate 80 is in all of our ice cream.
Yeah.
It's all plastic. But so that field, as you look at it this big, when you're wearing something that's polyester, it looks more like this. So
blow that up and use your mouse.
So the repulsive field of your body, you know, I've had a couple of fallouts with this Sabrina lady, Wallace or something.
Are you doing internet drama?
I'm not doing it. I don't know. They have a thing, I guess. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't care. But she brings up relevant points, and she's one of the people that I first started paying attention to when I started following other people on the internet, going like, all right, I already found this, and for probably about a year, and I don't know how long she was talking about it or not or what. I don't really care. But they call that the W band now, which is the wireless body area network. So the one thing,
so it's not the toroidal field anymore; it's the W band.
W band, and this is what it's identified by radio frequency companies and communication companies now.
So when you see W band, that's what it means.
W band is wide.
Yeah, so they're changing the words.
Wireless or wide band area network. Yeah, okay. Like I mean, I can Google that right now.
No, I believe you. Yeah.
But so that's a radiant field around your body. So it's compressed when you are contained in something that's non-electron passive. Mm-hmm. Same thing like in your house. Why are you always sick? Why are you always feeling like the dust is always dying and all this stuff? You have vinyl floor planks. As a builder, I noticed this, right? Like vinyl floor planks, all this stuff starts happening from the 70s. Like, don't use natural wood anymore. We don't need grounding rods on the roof anymore.
Right.
You know? Like that.
There used to be those on the roof.
Negative ions. So negative ions, like the Dr. Robert Obecker stuff, he's talking about the salamander growing the leg back and all that. And I remember I was talking about last time. So that's because it's always in a naturally negative environment. So it's always grounded. It's always getting negative ions. We are starved of them in our existence right now. Like,
and this is when people talk. And this is when people talk about like grounding when taking your shoes off in your backyard. Yeah. Or some people have like grounding beds where they run like the copper wire from outside in the yard into their bed.
Yep. And
so they can ground at night.
Yeah, you only have to tie it around your toe or something. Like I wonder about like the static environment that we're in. It's intended to be that way, and that's like the nano stuff, like the aerosols I was talking about. I don't want to get into all that really, really deep.
Yeah. Well, I want to stick with like all
this here.
Moving forward.
I would like to finalize out with all of that stuff, because once you understand that you have to, like, once you get back into the history and you start to see that there's a dome that behaves like a satellite that has this cosmic energy on the inside of it, constantly programming how the human body behaves, you know. So I'll finish on the Sabrina Wallace thing. So she said a real interesting thing one time, which was, your body is tethered to the internet.
Wait, what?
Your body is tethered to the internet.
What does that mean?
That's connected to you.
Okay.
Like it runs through your body through Bluetooth and through Wi-Fi.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because it sends and receives frequencies. We send and receive frequencies.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So now the interesting thing that I was getting at that she said was that is the first time, she was probably the first person I heard say that's 80%. She calls that a body part.
The field Okay.
So how does that change everything electromagnetically when you've got all these static emitting devices and whatever else around inside your house?
I mean, if that hypothesis is true, then it creates illness.
Right.
Dis-ease. Okay.
You go back to the 432, 440 stuff.
Right.
Why did they change it to 440? You know, it's not
right. The music.
Harmonic.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, all right, now that we have that out of the way, that's what the ancients called their soul or their spirit or their ba. So this was your ka, Ka, to ancient Egyptians. Your ka is your body on earth. Your ba is the soul body that never dies. You come from the heavens and you return to earth. Mm-hmm. We come from the light. We incarnate. We take on this body, this soul, whatever, and at death it separates. But through your life, you are measured by Ma'at, and Ma'at was the 42. The 42 principles of Ma'at. Now, the one thing that has to be accepted here is that Egypt is way, way, way older
than 6,000 years.
Yeah. 30, 40, maybe. I'm
very, very believing that is true.
Yeah, right.
That it's older than they tell us with the water erosion, and there's going to be
Robert Schoch. Yeah,
they're going to find a second Sphinx
over on the opposite side,
totally symmetrically opposite.
I'm going to blow your mind with this. Okay. I am going to blow your mind.
Now that was the Italian. They're using this new type of topography.
Yeah,
what's it called? I forget what
it's not LiDAR, but it's a form of LiDAR. It's
and what they're doing is that it's radio, and they're testing. They're checking the frequency like to the millimeter of like movement. Like it's or maybe even like it's crazy. So like these are the same people who said that there's like these columns underneath the Great Pyramids of Giza and the gatekeepers and all of that.
Yeah.
What are you pulling out for me?
So I brought this for you today.
I hope it's a puppy. Oh, it's the paint can.
It's a bag of weed.
That's some entrepreneurial person is going to make that a bong. So tell people what this is.
All right, this is an atmospheric harmonizer, as Wilhelm Reich would call it.
Now, who is Wilhelm Reich?
Wilhelm Reich was a guy that was fighting against the fascists, or not fighting, but running from the fascists. In the 20s and 30s, he came to the United States. Somebody asked him if he could generate, because this was his particular field that he was always interested in. He called them bions. And
now, is this in the world of Nikola Tesla?
Yeah, it's same kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I go into all of these guys throughout the book, like what their contributions were to the way that we look at, not what their contributions were, but what has been scientifically omitted since they existed and did these crazy things that they did.
Yeah, like free energy and crazy shit like that.
Yeah, shit like that. And Schauberger, again, is the biggest one. He's probably my favorite read. But what I'm trying to tell you, like you're talking about all these things that are down under the pyramids. Mm-hmm. This is it. It's capacitance.
So what you're saying is on top of this.
Right.
So explain capacitance.
I mean, I'm not an electrician, but it's so this gathers and harnesses electrical or not electrical, but ionic energy from the sun. And so it's always creating a positive charge and everything, right?
Yes. And if it didn't work, we wouldn't use it for wiring of homes and transmission lines of electricity.
Solar. Yeah.
So like you're not saying anything crazy.
Yeah.
Because this is what they're used for.
I've looked it up and I don't remember because it's like very scientific about so capacitance. I'll just look it up. Capacitance. I'm talking into the microphone.
That's okay. And it also said capacitance talking into the microphone.
So in a condenser, capacitor, microphone. No, that's
just delete all that other shit.
All right.
Return.
It has something to do with housing and harnessing.
The ability of an object to store electrical charge.
Yeah. Measured as the ratio of electric charge on each conductor to the potential difference voltage between them. So this is the harmonization factor. So this is what this thing does is actually it harmonizes the atmosphere. We're living in a static environment.
Mm-hmm. And the atmosphere is full of?
Static.
But it's like ions and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but so there's an imbalance. Like that's the big thing that's happening right now, and people don't recognize this. But NASA is relying on this positive thing. I mean, when I tell you that the level of depth that this gets to, with like who is who, like not NASA is. Did you ever hear it means to deceive?
No.
So
I know it's Werner von Braun. I mean, that's what I know about NASA, but I didn't know it meant like to deceive.
To deceive. It was a Hebrew word, and it's not even. It doesn't say NASA, but it's. Again, when we're going into the etymology stuff, but I think it's like Leonasha or something. You have to look this up. But capacitance, that's what this does. This gathers etheric static charge, harnesses it, holds on to it, and reuses it to send negative ions up and out. Like we were just talking about the animals, the lizards that grow their body parts.
Yeah, salamanders.
Salamanders, right? So Dr. Robert Becker simulated that, grew the leg onto the rat and all that, right? So this is the same thing. Negative ions are what your body needs all the time. You are always sick because there's nothing around you but a static environment, and you are never grounded to the earth. They depend on all of this.
And you're wearing rubber shoes, which are resistors, and you're never getting any of the natural resonance of like the harmony of the planet at all.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And so like even now what they're doing with technology, like nanotechnology now, they've already done all that with aluminum before and radio frequency, but it's reactive to the radio frequency.
Aluminum reacts to radio frequencies?
Oh, yeah. Like it ionizes, like, so it'll actually explode in your body. I mean, all these things happen at the same time. This is how DARPA works. But
the Defense Advanced Research Projects
Agency. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and ARPA is responsible for.
Well, ARPA was prior to DARPA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way that they work, if they want to militarize something against the population, they won't just all out attack everybody. They'll come in, killing you with kindness. Hey, we're saving you from climate change by spraying all this chaff up in the sky.
Right.
So that the radar dishes.
This is for you. We're doing this for you.
Right. Yeah. They call this.
We're trying to help you.
Communitarianism. Do it for grandma.
Right.
Right. That guy's name. Oh, what the hell is that guy's name? He's a psychopath, man. This is like a hardcore.
There's a lot of psychos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of psychos.
What the hell is this guy's name? Not Sabate Zevi. Sabate, like the whole old. I won't go into that.
Don't worry about it. Let's just move past.
Yeah.
What did you call it? Communitization?
Communitarianism.
Communitarianism.
Communism.
Okay. Right.
Paired with humanitarianism. So you're doing it for the greater good.
Right.
This is what we've been living with for, I don't even know how
80
many
years, maybe at least, or
right.
more. Yeah.
As long as democracy has been the new form of communism,
Right.
You probably need those later.
Thanks, Shane. Thanks for my copper pipes.
It gets real cool, man. I'm telling you, once you put that in the ground, like we could go out. I wish we should record that. If there's clouds outside right now and you want to do a time lapse, I'll show you. That'll
okay.
It'll open
after this. If there's clouds, we'll do it. Also, there's storms coming, I think.
Now the part that I'm getting to is that's what's underneath
the Great Pyramids.
And I was telling people like, hey, this is the ancient Egyptian technology.
Once you saw Filippo Bondi, that's his name.
That's his name. Yeah.
So once you saw that, were you like, oh, that makes sense?
With
like once they released that stuff, where it's like, oh, here's these like almost a kilometer tall columns, 4 per.
Well, that does, yeah. I mean, they said that.
Like, were you surprised when you're like when he did that? Okay.
No, I think. I mean, I'm not saying that they're really, really. So the deeper you are on Earth, the more it's. Need those two magic crystals.
What do you put them in each one of these?
Each one of the outer ones. Yeah.
So what's there? 5,
6.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
So the further you go into the earth, the more ground you have. Further you go into the sky, the more static charge you have.
Okay.
Right. So there's 3 atmospheres up, 3 atmospheres down. The deader you are, the deeper you sink.
Okay.
The lighter you are, like Jesus, the higher you rise.
Okay.
So in my living well in this life of piety and, the mother feeding the children before herself and like all these things we would naturally do to be a good, like what you understand as a good human being from a spiritual perspective, that is what like leverages out how your soul body will travel back, to the stars.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so like when we hear it through Catholicism, it's a totally different thing. Like all of this has been harnessed by the God that you have given all of your faith to. As a Christian, as a Catholic, you have to give yourself to God, give yourself to Jesus, right? And it's basically saying like, I need somebody else to fix what's going on here right now. And like, that's where we're stuck in a world with like, Trump will save the day or like, who, right? You know what I mean? Like
he's the fucking Messiah. Yeah. I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the shit from COVID and whatever else, like the vaccines and all, it's like, Jesus, man, like what more do you need to see about the guy?
Well, I just want to say that for the people, for the fucking scumbags listening, vaccines are safe and effective and you should consult your doctor.
Right. So,
the same thing that they tell like fucking death row, consult your doctor when you're going to fucking.
I mean, once I figured out what they actually did with these things, man, I just went, oh my God.
Well, it's not like I'm trying to keep you on topic. I know, like,
but so it's the same network all the way from the L-ites, The Semites. So these are the sons of Japheth. They basically land in. They called them boat people, I think, at one time.
Is this after the flood?
Yeah, after the flood. So and Mesopotamia and all that. So what buried all of ancient Egypt? What could possibly transport all of that sand in and on top of those big
water?
Right. How did the water get there?
Something catastrophic.
All right. So we can believe all the old stuff. Oh, well, there was a great, what did they say it was even?
They say it was you could go with
a great ice age or something, wasn't it?
Well, there was something called the Meltwater 1. Did you ever hear of that? And the Younger Dryas impact.
The Younger Dryas, I heard it, yeah.
So it's all around the same time. So like what people don't realize is, and this might be news to them, but like 12,500 years ago, the oceans were about 500 meters lower.
Yeah, I thought it was
they
three.
are right now. Depending on who, it wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
And it was hundreds of meters different. And where do most people go when they want to, plant their seeds is by the water.
Yeah.
So when the oceans rise 200, 300, 400 meters, everything that was there, all civilization is now underwater. So like we're not looking in the right places. I think it's 27 million square kilometers of possibly civilized coastline is now underwater, and the Bimini Road.
This is what you were.
The structures in Japan in the ocean. Like,
yeah.
Why are there fucking places that are like underwater that are like megaliths that no one that's natural.
Yeah,
it's like no, it's not.
Did you ever see the one about I want to verify it. I looked into it, but they said that in the what's the place between Florida? All the planes go missing there or whatever.
Oh, the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda, right? So they said that there's a glass pyramid down there, or possibly a crystal pyramid or something.
Possibly,
yeah. But there was
nobody's gonna look,
right? Like,
you know what I mean? So, but so the Bermuda Triangle, the ocean there,
yeah,
is not hundreds of meters deep. It was land before, so maybe there is something there.
Oh yeah,
but I'm not saying there is or there isn't, but like too much weird shit has happened there to be like, we can't just ignore it.
Yeah,
we should probably figure out what that is, and maybe it has to do with frequencies. Maybe it has to do with all that shit.
Well, I'll tell you what I know for sure.
What were they saying? It was like it's methane pockets. That was the latest greatest I heard, where it's like, oh, these like bubbles of methane pop out, and then like the ships just get sucked in.
Yeah,
and the planes hit it and just fall hundreds of feet.
So these pyramids, absolutely for.
They're all over the world, Shane.
Yeah.
These fucking pyramids are all over the world.
Mesopotamia, China, right?
Thousands of years old.
The Cortez went down to do what?
To find the... he was looking for the El Dorado or whatever that they said, right?
This ancient city of gold.
Yeah.
They destroyed functional temples is what they were there for.
Everywhere
that there's been a war and death and destruction. Cambodia with the Angkor Wat.
Yeah.
Egypt.
I was just listening about Angkor Wat. They have no idea how they fucking made that. And it's a lot older than they say it was.
Oh, for sure.
They say it was like 800 AD, and it's like no fucking way.
So in that book, like once we get to the end of like me getting lost all the time because like there's just a lot floating. So I apologize, man.
Yeah, you were totally like a fucking the dog from Up.
I know. Yeah. So all right, let's
squirrel.
I'm telling you. All right, where do we start if we want people to?
I want like the thing that I want to get out of this is like so that you can relate, people can relate to what you're saying and entertain the idea that it is possible and it is in fact actually probable based on evidence and math and science and history and all that shit, not just because you're saying it.
Yeah, the big part for me on the reciprocally is that. It is absolute liberation. It's liberation. Like it's like the 100% liberation in all things. Like you understand there is no hell. I'm not going to burn eternally. I'm not chasing after this great.
You're reducing fear.
Right.
We're getting rid of fear, which is in the Bible over 360 times, and every fucking culture is like, do not fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, why isn't that like the first thing that we all do?
Yeah.
All right, let's not be afraid first. Let's figure out what it really, do I need to be afraid?
Yeah.
No. Is there a fucking Bengal tiger over there? No. It's Dr. Fauci saying something on TV.
I'm sitting in my house last night. It's like, oh, there's tornado watch. I'm like, I don't fucking believe it, you know? And as long as I have these things outside my house.
How many do you have outside your house?
All
7,000.
There's a lot, man. There is a lot.
Do your neighbors think you're wacky
have them
tobacco?
down past here. Like I have a 490 square mile area covered with these things in a straight line.
Do you really?
So every time a fucking like a storm system.
Do you see stuff happening because you did that?
Yeah, like Manhattan, they got to start saying, "Hey, thanks, Northeast Pennsylvania," because it's literally all. You remember the Texas floods with the little girls dying?
Yeah, at the camp and stuff. It was terrible. It was
a flash flood, came out of nowhere. Why? The soil is all dead. The bacteria is all dried up. It won't hold the soil together anymore. The water will stay right on top. It won't get absorbed down into the ground. It'll flush right up. Like that's what ththey're doing with all the aluminum and all this stuff. So it's killing everything on top of the earth. The water won't retain any moisture. It bellies up and and
it has no biome.
It has nowhere to go. So what does it do? It runs forward, and
you basically made concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So aluminum is the biggest part of that, you know, like,
yeah.
So anyway, that happens. These little girls die. I have like this epiphany as I'm sleeping, or like, I'm just kind of saying to myself, like, God, you know, like what's the answer? You know, not God, like in a Christian sense, but like just however I need to be used here, you know, I'm willing to do whatever, you know, like,
the creator, the universe, whatever you call it. Yeah.
The spiral of life. Yeah.
Yes.
So I go and I make the first one. I go out and I start doing all kinds of tests with it. And I'm like, damn it, man, there's something not quite right when it was the magnet part of it. The magnets are the interesting thing that make it all like 100%. So I drive out all the way to the Rangeley, Maine Museum for Wilhelm Reich. And
where's that at?
That's Rangeley, Maine, way up the top.
You drove all the way to there?
Yeah, 10 hours. I stayed in a Home Depot parking lot. I slept in my truck seat. Went the next day. I barely got there on time. It was like 4 to 5 o'clock was the last window to get in. I called ahead. I'm like, dude, I drove all the way from Pennsylvania. He's like, all right, I'll stay an extra hour. So I had the whole museum to myself. There was a young kid there. He was like an open, like they were really deep into fascism. So he was absolutely a fascist to some degree. And it wasn't just
Wilhelm Reich was a fascist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he was toying with it.
Yeah. But it's something about, I don't know if it was the communists or something. Like they would be the people that would align completely with like Antifa.
Okay.
You know, like whatever, I can't think of the term. So anyway, this kid's real cool. And I'm walking around in the museum and I'm seeing all these different kinds of things. They have an orgone accumulator, which was healing people of cancer. He had like one out of like whatever amount of people, like, but he proved a greater percentage of people that would go into this orgone accumulator box. It was just wool.
Would have better outcomes.
Yeah. Better. Yeah. Right. So I see that thing there. I see all these books. I ended up buying like 10 books from the damn place. I walk over and I see the original Cloudbuster and it's got these hoses going up to it. And I'm like, that's a water hose. And then I'm looking at the pipes and the pipes are plastic. And I'm like, that's freaking PVC. Like, what the hell is that? Later, I walked outside. There was galvanized pipes and it was on a stationary, articulation.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know?
Like your phone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to think to myself, like, why the hell is that PVC? Like everybody's making these things out of copper and whatever else. Like, why the hell is it PVC? And there's a real weird thing that happens with water when it's rubbed against any kind of plastic is it generates static potential. What are we switching our water pipes to in our house now?
Plastic
and
PEX. Yeah.
Right? Get rid of your copper. It's too expensive. So this is how they shift the markets, right? And when I was talking about aluminum before, so now the aluminum and, Coca-Cola switches from steel cans to aluminum cans.
Right.
Wrigley's chewing gum.
What does that mean? Wrigley's chewing gum.
Wrigley's chewing gum. What kind of wrapper?
Aluminum.
Right.
Right.
What are you going to wrap your food in? We used to use paper bags and baker's paper, wax paper.
Yeah. Now it's tinfoil.
Tinfoil and plastic. But plastic kills everything that is. So it's kind of like you take an apple and you put it in a plastic bag out in the sun. It'll rot like 10 times quicker because there's no energy reciprocity as if you leave an apple outside in the open air with the sun.
I got to try that. I'm interested in trying that.
Yeah. Same thing with the water experiment. Do the water in a glass, water in a plastic jug. And watch which one starts getting air bubbles in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So So now I'm doing all these like weird experiments with all these different kinds of things. And I'm getting really, really interested in all of it. I'm like, holy mother of God, like we have been so far lied to. I'd read as much of the surface level science as I needed to just to connect one subject into the next one. And when I really started going into it with the book stuff, I'm like, I'm going to read this and figure it out. Like how, so it's all of these things that we talk about science and like the different subdivisions of science. It was all the same thing to the Egyptians. It was all philosophy. Yeah, it was philosophy. It was spirituality. It was, had everything to do with all of your health and how you carried yourself through your life. And I'll read a couple parts out of here and it'll get real interesting. But so the first concept is like all of the Christians would agree. Like they're the ones that come out the most and say, outer space is real. Like, how dare you say that it's all flat, right? The flat earth thing is a huge, huge argument. And when you call it that, people are just immediately polarized. They don't want anything to do with that, right? And
because observationally they can see things. And I call it the final boss in the conspiracy theory fucking game.
It's the first one. Once you iron that out,
you think flat earth's the first one?
It's the first one.
Okay.
Like it, so the level
maybe it's the last boss before you level up.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Like, so, but it runs you right back all through all of history on why the hell did they change all of it? Like the Mesopotamians said it was this, the Egyptians said it was this.
I don't think we're any smarter today than we were 2,000 years ago.
And by design though.
Yeah. Like, so I don't think that like all this new shit is like, oh, we just didn't know. No, they discovered America in 1492. And I'm like, I don't think so. Like people, like there were people world traveling thousands of years ago. They knew about the continents. They talked to other people. The only thing that, you don't believe me? Pyramids. I don't care what anybody says. Why are the same pictographs and shit in different fucking places that had no contact? Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're not like drawing dicks. Like they're drawing very specific things that have to do with very specific things all over the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And every culture has their own fucking flood myth.
All right, so I'll tell you what I think really happened. I think that the Great Floods were created by an enormous, like a massive explosion of some sort. But I think that the oldest stories that are available, like in Norse mythology, the tree of life, that's the Ankh. That's the base of the tree. Do you ever see the Egyptian boats compared to Viking boats? Same thing. They always have the dolled up beards the same way that the Egyptians did, right? So a long, long time ago, there was a point in history where so Tutankhamun with the red beard, right? They unearthed him and all that. I'm like, why do you have a red beard if he was like from the Middle East? Right. The Red Lady of Madrid, I think is what they call her. She's got red hair back 19,000 years ago. They found her in some cave. Do you see the French cave where they have all these drawings inside the cave of buffaloes and stuff? Like they're elaborate, man. Yes. They were beautiful. Yes. like people today can't paint an animal that well, Yes. So I'm looking at all that stuff and they're saying that's like 30,000 years old or something, So I know that we're in a place right now that is fully controlled. It is finite, and everything about all of what we do is inside of us, not for someone else to rule. And that's where they maintain their power. As soon as they get a kid into kindergarten, forget about what your parents said. It's this way, and that's that. I went through college. I'm smarter than your parents. The parent comes to argue with the teacher. Hey, I'm smarter than you. Look, my piece of paper. And the reason
that piece of paper gives them what they think is authority.
Yeah. Yeah. And and again, it's not to put them down. It's to say, this is the way that they have engineered our society to be that way. Like it's always about this.
How could they know better than me? I have this
credentials.
Yes.
It's all about credentials, Yes. And that's what I'm talking about with Eratosthenes. When I get to the Eratosthenes thing, you're going to say, holy shit, this is going to change the way that you look at all of that stuff, I'm sure. Like if you really put any more thought to it after I tell you about Eratosthenes, he's the guy that did the double stick experiment he proved the earth was a globe. Okay. So that was the reformation of the ancient Egyptian spiritual world, right? But before we go there, we brought up, what is the shape of the earth? This is the agreed upon shape of the earth.
That is the ancient Hebrew
and it's Hebrew, right? Until 1913, this is the map that they used. But the most important factor here, they say the water's above. The heaven of heavens up here. And God, in its earliest etymology, was converted in its meaning and its meaning only. It meant like a burial mound into the old Gothics. So Gaud, it was like a burial mound to our ancestor that we put into the sky, the Goths.
Okay.
We build a church to a specific shape, right? It's got this big cone on it, right? And then through the 80s, everybody's going like, we keep finding all these new stars out in the solar system. Like, oh, there's a new star system scientist just located. Like, you ever remember hearing all these things, right? So the new star systems, where are all the stars coming from? Like, they just keep on popping up out of nowhere.
We're building well, some would say telescopes.
yeah. Well, it's all right. So what's the speed of light? I mean, that's
well, it's not a constant,
right? It's not an easy answer. There's no specified answer for what's the speed of light. What's it traveling through? If it's traveling through vacuum from billions of miles away, right?
With no resistance
whatsoever, right? It's gonna get to the Earth in 10,000 years. I remember going outside thinking to myself, like, wow, that starlight probably hit me 10,000 years ago. So I learned all the same shit everybody else did about all that stuff. It's just when we're
looking back in time every time we look up. Yeah,
right? Yeah. So this is not that way. All right. So now you can see right here the stars in the heavens, right? Trapped within. All right. So are you familiar with the fourth phase of water stuff, Doctor?
Yeah, this is new. There was something I read like last week. It's like, we found like a new phase of water.
Yeah, it's an electron skin basically. So the same thing
so there's liquid, solid, vapor,
and the fourth phase is electron.
Is that more like a plasma?
Lattice. And I think it is. It has something to do with plasma. But it's a lattice electron shape. It's the differentiation between a raindrop and an air bubble, in their opposite mediums,
Okay.
So that electron skin, when you're thinking about the amount of pressure that's always built down on Earth, what would hold that ceiling up? Upward pressure. I mean, that's it.
Okay.
That's static, right? So the more life, all right, we die, we separate from the earth body. We come here as light and we gather all of our nutrients and minerals and whatever, right? And once we die, that soul returns to the heavens. So like, I basically believe that somehow or another electrical tension that's generated through like, as you climb higher, there's more etheric energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that for sure. That's a measurable thing. There's guys doing videos on all over the internet. But they'll send a lead all the way up and say, look, I got like 18 volts of electrical energy.
I saw people doing that with drones.
Yeah, that's probably the same guy.
Yeah, as they're going up, they get more and more.
So where's the electrical energy coming from?
It's crazy.
Right, yeah.
It's like a real thin copper wire that they're going up with.
Filament, like some kind of filament, right? So the higher you go, the more electrical tension there is, the more electrical potential, but when the airplanes get up and level off, you hear those engines always calm down. They're not so grindy and
right.
That's vortex energy. We wouldn't have those jet engines if it wasn't for Victor Schauberger. So like when they get up and level, I think those are. That Victor Schauberger was like Hitler's top scientist.
Okay,
right, but not by choice. Like not Hitler's, but the Nazi party. Like they were going to kill him if he didn't come and lead some team or whatever. Right. They did kill him after he sold all this technology to the United States, though. But so anyway, that vortex engine, that's like basically his design. Everything he taught about was about the spiral, like how to reorganize water and whatever. Right, like all those designs. That was basically all of his stuff. He learned all of that through nature. You got to see that book, man. It's very short, but it's called Nature as Teacher. It's by far my favorite book next to The Invisible Rainbow. So now the big part that everybody's saying, all right, well, we go to the moon or we didn't. There's water above. If there's water above, we can't leave. Okay. So if that's the case, I'm saying like, if I
can I pause you for 1 second?
Go ahead.
Why is it so fucking crazy to think that when every day when it rains, there are things in the sky that hold billions of gallons of water that have weight, and then they drop it on you. So like I'm just saying, like
airplanes for fires and stuff.
No. Literally clouds.
Oh yeah.
Literally clouds. It's like if you try to weigh that cloud, how much does that cloud weigh with all the water in it? that just dropped water on half of Pennsylvania.
I don't even think about it.
How does that thing float in the sky, weighing that much with weight with water, and no one goes, this is crazy. This is fucking nuts.
Where's the water coming from? All right, so now we go biblically, right? So let's go biblical again.
I'm just saying, like, there's no tanker ship in the sky holding the water. Something is. It's crazy.
Yeah. So if we go biblical, what did they say? What caused it to rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
I don't know.
So they said the heavens opened and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And Noah's Ark story comes along, right? So these are all Hebrew stories of mass psychosis, right?
Okay.
Conformity. Like, so what I think happened is the Greek dude was, I think it was Plato, is talking about Atlantis and what it looks like. And so whatever, right? In the time that he's talking about Atlantis, we're that 300 or 500 meters lower. Well, if you have 40 days and 40 nights, what was Atlantis really? They say that Thoth the Atlantean, the god of wisdom in ancient Egypt, was an Atlantean, and he called himself a giant. And if you go through the emerald tablets of Thoth, it starts to say all these things, but he's an Atlantean. He's here among the small men and all this stuff. So basically he was a god.
Is this like Anunnaki stuff?
No, that's all horseshit. The Anunnaki stuff where they're talking about aliens and all that stuff. The watchers in the heavens, I go into all of that in here.
Okay.
So the watchers, to become a watcher, it's a star in the heavens, right?
Okay.
It's a watcher. We impregnated the daughters of men on earth. Impregnated with what? Our starlight, our resonant energy.
Okay.
We've put the soul of the mind into the body of that human thing, that baby, right?
Okay.
So now you, just like I showed you last time with the key fob.
Yeah, well, you hold it up to your,
Did you ever try it yet?
I did it last week.
Did you really?
Yeah, I said to somebody, but that was something I heard like in the 90s, and nobody, and like, it was just one of those things. I was like, oh, okay. And it was like forgotten about for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And then I said to my buddy, I'm like, oh, you can't start your car. Put it under your chin. And he goes like this, and he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you are a transmitter.
Yeah.
And a receiver.
Yeah, both. So now you've got all of the radiant energy in unison from outer space, right? Mm-hmm. All of that light energy is condensed, focalized. You're on the inside of a lens, right? So there is definitely there's definitely an effect of all of that light reflecting off of a surface. I'm gonna see if I can manage to get the one image I have in here
of the moon.
No, well, the moon is a cool one. That's it. Yeah, but that's in reverse, but it lines up perfectly with the WHO and the UN maps, right? But you have to reverse all of these. That's the really cool part. And so you start talking about the mystics with the crystal ball, like why is everything upside down? That's so they could read how things really are. Right. So I found the Orion thing. It's not just the pyramids. It's like all the way up the Nile. There's 3 more. There's 2 pyramids. I'm going to state this plainly and openly right now for whoever. There are 2 more in Southwest Egypt. I will guarantee you right now. The kid's name is like Shobadri or something like that. He's a Canadian kid. Did I tell you about this? 15-year-old kid found a Mayan temple using the stars as a map. And all these scientists go and start doing what he did. And they're finding everything. They're using LiDAR now. And they end up uncovering like 1,500 more temples across it's the quickest that they've ever found that many temples hidden under brush and the rainforests and all that stuff.
Yeah, South America and Peru they're finding they're not just finding like structures, they're finding like entire cultures with roads that were hundreds of miles long and interconnected. Yeah. And basically when you look at the United States at night is basically what like South America would look like 2,000 years ago. Yeah. With like all the roads, people traveling.
Did you ever see the one, there's a map, there's something, somebody sent me a meme one time, all roads lead to Rome. Did you ever see that? It's like every road over in Europe, like I literally ran into it. Yeah. That's wild. So the really interesting thing that I was just going to mention and I forgot. All right. So you have to take this model into account, right? You have to take
the model is on screen right now.
Yeah. That model has to stay there. I was just going to bring up another image to show it, but all right. So if there is water in outer space, and we know that sonoluminescence is a thing, all these sciences I bring up in here, we know we use light for resonance and for programming people now with LED on a timed delay switch with, light emitting diode. Why is there a computer chip in my light bulb, man? So light as a frequency itself, my Rife machine, I can set that to a specific photon value in a plasma tube, throws radio fields at me in a time sequence of 528 hertz or whatever it is that I'm working on my body. These do the same thing. Doesn't matter what the light is or where it's coming from. If it's resonant, it's hitting as radio. Back through the 80s, they would say, hey, aliens are trying to reach us from deep outer space. We keep getting these radio transmissions, but we don't know what they are.
Right.
They're talking about the light from the freaking stars the entire time. It was the light from the stars, the radiant energy of this. So the photons is what they're measuring with all these radio devices. All right. So these are like explainable things as they're saying like NASA's a real thing. Right?
Yeah.
So that's just one more explainable thing. So you can go through and iron them all out and find an excuse for every single one of them. And it doesn't even have to be an excuse. You say, hey, this is a fact. So if there is radio frequency coming from outer space, then how far away is it? Those lights definitely do something to all of it. This is where I'm going to start going into what the gods become, right? So to become a god in the heavens, like in ancient Rome, like the last one that we had, I think that was put up there was Mars. And I think that was, Julius Caesar, the god of war. Right, like everywhere the eagle is at, there's a so the god of war was like him, but he overthrows and he's the final nail in the coffin for all of ancient Egypt. So I think the best place to go now with that in your mind as there was something else I just wanted to put on here for you because it kind of gives you the template. Like you have to lay out where everybody's at here. It's not an argument.
You need to make this a fucking PowerPoint.
It's hard. It's so hard, man.
Oh, I know. Did we just lose it?
No. I can't think of what it was that I wanted to show you. All right, so let's just show the sonoluminescence. Now, what's weird about stars? Since you twinkle. They twinkle, they reverberate, right? But they throw a resonant field of energy, right? So that's plasma. So sonoluminescence, if you go to videos, there's a guy named Seth Putterman or something. It's an old thing right here. So sonoluminescence, you and I might be able to hear this.
We won't. Well, I mean, you could turn on your microphone on your.
I think that's on already.
On your pooter.
This is up.
Is it muted?
No. I don't know. So anyway, this as a science, I don't know. Sorry. So this is not as old as it actually is. This is 12 years ago by the guy who posted it. It's actually older. I think it's in the 90s. They found this, but you don't see any of this stuff around as much anymore. The way that they contain that air bubble inside of the flask is with a couple of magnets on the outside. So they keep an air bubble trapped and then they pound a sound wave into it. The sound wave has nowhere to go. So it keeps on expanding the bubble until it finally gives up, collapses, implodes, and it generates fusion. And boom, you have a star in water inside of a guy's lab. Okay, so if that's the way that all of that happened.
Look at it growing right there.
Right, yeah. And it happens like a snap, right?
Star in a jar.
Star in a jar, yep. See the magnets on the outside?
Yes.
So they trap the air bubble and then they run a sound wave through it that cannot escape.
There's the light.
So now you have plasma of a specific resonant field trapped within a gaseous medium. Okay? So you're going to talk about this lady with resonant field shattering glass or something after this. But so that is what creates the star in the jar. That's a fucking star, dude. It's a star in water, right?
I hear you.
So think about that for a second. Like, well, what does that mean if space is actually water? If I'm trapping everything with magnetite, right? If I have a big gigantic pyramid with a bunch of copper rods down into the earth that are super grounded, I now have all of, this capacitance, all this etheric energy being drawn down to the antenna that's been where the top of the pyramid has been knocked off, where I would take the soul of the body of the man into the pyramid and take the consciousness of that man or the Ba in his Ka, which is the body and the soul, put them both into the pyramid, and with singing and chanting and prayer and the proper preparations and whatever, I will take that man who was godly on earth, who has reached both sides of his brain, and give him a halo now. Now he gets the golden crown by ascending. And we always use this word ascending, to become immortal in the heavens with the gods, right? So all these biblical terms they always use. You'll never read the Bible again ever after I'm telling this, because everything is going to attribute to you. You're going to, oh my God, like it's literally about the God on earth becoming a God in the heavens. And so when we talk about the angels, Michael, Raphael, the Mesopotamians were doing all this stuff. They knocked down the Tower of Babel for what reason? Who knows? I don't know, but they were probably making stars. So this is what I'm saying is like they have been making stars with all of those ancient temples. Angkor Wat was another one of those. And you look like at places like Borobudur, like Borobudur, you can't tell me. I think this is how you spell it. Borobudur.
Oh, here, just go down 2.
Borobudur Temple. Oh, UDUR. All right. So, dude, it was making stars, man. Look at that thing. Here. Look at how many of these resonant devices there are.
Can you zoom in? What? How did they make that?
This is all out of one big giant piece of rock. You're telling me that, all right, now.
Wait, they just made it out of one piece of rock?
I think this is the one, yeah. There's another one. It's underground or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but no, it's definitely not. Yeah, I don't know if that's the actual structure or not. That could be a rebuild.
I was just listening to this lady. Her name is, stand by. She's on Joe Rogan. Cassie Coppersmith. She goes around to all these ancient sites, and what she's saying is that, like, do you ever hear the term, look at that.
Right here?
Yeah.
So, here, check that out. This is what these things look like, man. You mean to tell me sound is...
What is that?
That's the bells.
But what is the purpose that they say that is for?
They don't answer, but they all resonate and they ring like an obelisk. You ever hear them talking about if you hit an obelisk, it'll ring a certain way?
Yes.
Right? It's the same thing. What the hell is that? And then you go into Angkor Wat is another one where they're saying, I wonder what this thing was buried so far down into the earth, Well,
what she's saying is that they're building like civilizations on top of civilizations on top of civilizations.
In the ages of man, yeah.
Yeah, so she goes like, especially, they're talking about right now about Cambodia, where I'm at. And she went there and she goes, even the old traditions from the locals are basically like, we came here and we found that, which is what the South Americans say. Like the Mayans and the Incas are like, we didn't build these, we came and we found them. They were here when we got here. Yeah.
So, did you ever see the other place? It's all scattered all over the place, but there's these big... hexagonal stones. They're real long, like they're all stacked together. It's just, so you know what tree fibers look like up real close? Like if you were to use a microscope and see a tree fiber. All right, so this is just one. I'll go to another one
of like hundreds, if not thousands.
They're
everywhere.
Hexagonal stones.
Oh, that was the black ones.
Yeah,
they're on top of the mountain.
And then hexagonal stones.
Yeah, where was that at?
I think it's South America.
There's a couple of them.
There we go.
No.
So
well,
look,
I'm talking about the structures that were built.
They're saying it's from
basalt.
Volcanoes. Volcanoes is what they're calling it. That was a tree, man.
You think so?
I think it was a tree, and that's what I'm saying. Like that again. Now, you're gonna have to punch people in the head with the whole flat Earth map, right? Gleason's map. This was like.
Do you think the flat Earth is a metaphor?
Nope.
You think it's legit?
Definitely, 100%. And therefore, once you get to that point, you say, "All right, well, what was the point of NASA?" And then you go and you look up the 2001 report where they call it the Future Warfare referendum or something. They're talking about putting nanotechnology in our food, merging our agricultural goods with nanotechnology, changing the way that it grows so it could be controllable. And then you got companies like Monsanto coming out with aluminum resistant seeds and
glyphosate.
And right. So now
one of the most worst toxins known to man is glyphosate.
Yeah, that's what I think we're growing. I think we're growing what is it called? An allergy. I think men in the United States are growing.
Yeah, it's allergies. Like celiacs. It's lower testosterone. Everybody's sick.
I can't. Gleason's map.
Scroll down.
This will be all right. So this is just. I want you to consider this for 1 second. So I just showed you that big thing as a tree of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I watch airplanes. This was used up until the 20s or 30s by our own military.
The Gleason map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All of this is Antarctica, right?
See, but they use it for nautical, right? Because they really weren't
Navy.
Like that. They're really
all Navy.
Okay. So Navy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you got to think of the concept there, right? So now I first showed that whole dome over everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I could not let the flat earth thing go because like the further I got into it, the further I went, and I thought like those guys are retarded. There's no way I could ever believe that. I swear to God, I thought they were retarded. I'm not even joking. That's not a real thing. But I kept on doing this thing where I wanted to take the conspiracy theories like COVID, the germ that doesn't exist, and I want to just break them all down.
Call your doctor about vaccinations.
Yeah. Right. So now I'm like, I'm looking at all these things. I'm like, all right, I'll engage the flat earth thing, right? Everybody's going, no, it's a psyop. It's to get you to stop thinking about what they're really doing. I'm like, all right, well, what are they really doing? NASA funds all the shit that's going on in the sky. All the radar stuff, all of the things that are going on. You got to see this document, man. I'm telling you, you have to read that document. I'll try and hit it before the end. But so I watched literally from North Carolina.
If you click that, it'll double. I think there's see how there you go. Now you got to scroll back.
All right. So I was watching the radar app because I'm always watching what airplanes are spraying over me and I'm watching what the weather patterns are doing. Right. And every time they hit my area, they die on my doorstep. Most of the time, like if it's really bad, I'll end up catching some rain, but it's not half as bad as they say. There's tornadoes. We get a lot of wind. Those paint cans are like, you won't believe what you watch with your own eyes once you have that in your yard. Man.
I'm putting it in my yard.
So an airplane left. It was something Fly Philippines or something, right? North Carolina, it leaves. And I'm watching this flight radar app. So on a globe map now is what they use for this flight radar app, right? The airplane goes up to Greenland and then over to the Philippines. Well, I take a straight edge out. This is like my top thing on Facebook. It's like my top pinned post. You can go and look at both of them in comparison.
How many views and followers do you have?
Like, I think I'm at 105 now, but it's
1,000 followers.
Facebook's locking a lot of my shit down. Like,
you have 105,000 followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but okay. I'm pretty negative. You know, like at this point, I'm just like, they're fucking killing us. You know, like I try not to do that, but I'm just trying to show people like, yo, there's
until proven otherwise, it looks like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and I don't think it's so much about controlling us, but it's definitely about destroying your property, taking all your shit, and maintaining an absolute fucking death grip around your neck for the rest of eternity. Once these data centers are done. Once those things are autonomous, we're finished, man. But that's the real deep. That's just the book 2 of this is which can't come out quick enough. I should have started with all of that and said, hey, this is where it all comes from. But once you understand all this, you could see there was no validity behind NASA ever being created with all of those Nazi scientists like Werner von Braun and whoever else. That is what's funding all of the DARPA programs. The Air Force is completely brainwashed. Like they have no idea that the shit that they're spraying that they call chaff for reading the clouds and using these giant, did you ever see a map of how many Doppler radars there are in the United States?
No.
Dude, they're everywhere. But they create the pathways through what they call, it's like a cavitation is what happens to the air molecules. So they call it dual polarization radar. And so basically they're sending out radio waves this way and this way. So it's slicing and dicing all of the air between it. I literally have entire storm systems from Binghamton, where the closest one to us is, down to my house, all the way to my house. All right. So if it's radar and it's reading clouds and chaff that's up in the air, how the hell is it reaching me? And I'm watching these storms passing by me and just, there's this big long line in this cone. There's another one over in Rhode Island and I'm just watching, I'm going, that led me into the whole NASA thing in the 2001 document. This is a plan since 2001. All this shit's happening right now, all nanotechnology. I won't go into all of it, but so now I'm watching this airplane, right? And it goes all the way from here, straight up through Greenland and over to
the Philippines.
The Philippines it was. Yeah, he was going like right here. And it's a straight line. Well, I'm looking on this globe map and he goes up to Greenland. He gets to the North Pole and turns around and does a U-turn to come back down over there. I'm like, didn't he like just triple his mileage? Like, he's burned a lot of fuel. What about the Green New Deal and all of that?
Right,
now,
right.
You know? So I've done this over and over and over again. Like over the past 5 years, like I kept saying, this is weird. You know, like what are they really doing? Why are they flying up there and then back around on the other side? And it doesn't make sense. But there was a guy that was already on the internet already talking about this. The way that they run electrical wires from continent to continent.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't why I opened this. when I show you why I opened this, you're gonna say, oh, wow, that's neat. But this guy goes through with all these international things, the way that they run the cables. And it's the same thing with the cables as it is with the airplanes. Like the shortest distances don't make any sense on the globe stuff.
But it makes sense on a flat.
And it makes absolute sense here, right? They don't want to burn up a shitload of copper. It's probably the difference of $1 million, I would say, right?
Yeah.
So
or millions.
Yeah, right. So now what?
But make sure you put PEX in your house.
Right. Yeah. So the reason that I brought this up for you is because I was talking about the tree of life in the Nordic thing, you know, the tree of life is like, it's super, super ancient as an idea. It's the way that all things behave in the Egyptian Ankh. I'll show you a picture of an Egyptian Ankh and what that represents. So now we see that these planes are doing this incredibly stupid stuff as far as their routes and their trajectories are all concerned. Like that doesn't make any sense. Well, now I start looking into all this other stuff like, all right, well, how did the floods actually hit and what else happened throughout here, there, or whatever? Look at the western tip of Africa. Hold on. Watch this. Look at this area right here.
Okay. Do you want to
look at this right here? Remember, you know how they keep saying all these ancient Egyptian artifacts are being found in South America? Like there's temples and there's all kinds of stuff with the Mayans, and it all lines up with everything there. So the geological stuff that I was reading about, somebody said that all of the stuff along these edges, like here and over here, is the same kind of stuff. That's basically a giant puzzle piece right here. Mm-hmm. So what would cause the Great Flood? What would make all of that land shatter, break apart, and fall? Right. So even now, another area is, so this little tip right here would fit right here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you have the top of this piece of land right here. See how it's like that?
Yeah, it would slide right in on the other.
Over here. Mm-hmm. Right. The Atlanteans, what I think
they say those are the tectonic plates that did that over millions and millions of years. Yeah, billions maybe.
They haven't seen it, but it's still I can guarantee it's the only thing they can say is that that's a theory. You know,
sure,
that's it. They can't say that this is definitely what happened, right? So you take this and you spin that all back together. How could that have possibly all gotten destroyed? A massive amount of water, whatever it might be. And if you go back to the Hebrew map, right? So if we're in the center of the earth and the outside is Antarctica, if you shatter all this apart, let's say that comes out of a tree, and then now you have all of this. What would make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights to a point that, all of this displacement, all the water fills up the container, right? And that makes more sense than, all those places just magically disappeared under the ice. What am I looking for here?
The glaciers?
Glaciers or like the ice ages, right? Mm-hmm. So that's just one way that they explained all that bullshit off, right? So
12,500 years ago, our area right now in Pennsylvania was like 2 miles high of ice. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah. I've been to Boulder Field. That's really cool.
I've been there. It's cool.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, some of it makes sense that way, but I don't think that the story is what they say, though. I just don't trust any of their shit anymore now. So I think that Atlantis was making stars. I think somehow they popped a hole in the lid and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. It's the only thing I could think of that would make any kind of sense, you know? So that's just that's my theory. I'm not
so you
saying
you don't subscribe to and I'm not trying to like gotcha.
No.
So you don't subscribe to the Younger Dryas impact theory or
no, I definitely do.
Yeah. So what they say about the Younger Dryas
impact, I don't know what that is. I know that the flood was real.
They say that there's like this, the theory is that there's this the Perseid, is it the Perseid meteor? So we keep spinning through basically like the debris trail of some cosmic entity, whether it was a comet or whatever. This is what they say. Mm-hmm. And then like every year we go through like the remnants of it. And then like every 6,000 years, every 12,000 years, you go through like the bigger parts of it. And what happened 12,000 years ago, which we're due for right now, because they can go back like 12,000x, 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 and they see like these weird things that happened in the dirt, which, you know, so they're saying like the Younger Dryas impact was like an impact of some sort of alien, not like UFO alien, but some sort of non-Earth entity crashing into Canada and the taller parts of Europe. And that what that did was we created an environment where the glaciers melted rapidly. That's what they say. The other thing that they say is that there was this thing. So the core of the Earth sometimes has to get realigned, just like you did with the what's the human body's thing called?
The torus.
Yeah. That sometimes it gets out of alignment and then it shifts by like 45 degrees. And when that happens, the water stays where it is, and the sphere shifts, which means all of it comes. You know, it's like getting water in your pickup truck, hitting reverse. You know, people like those hillbillies make the hot tubs in the back of their pickup truck.
yeah.
So it's like throwing it in reverse, slamming on the brakes. All the water is going to want to go like that. So those are some of the theories that they throw out here.
I don't. So anything that has been paid for to give you a credential, there's a controlling method up. So you
just immediately go like, it could be true. I'm not listening to that because it's come from an unreliable source.
Not that it's unreliable. I know that it was paid for. Okay, I know those people jump.
So it's not
hoops.
pure.
It's not pure.
Okay.
If there's money involved anywhere along the line within it, it's dead to me. Like this is where the whole gnosis thing goes for me. Like that's where I really started with the Carl Jung
Gnosticism
stuff, right? Like so they changed knowledge to like the KNO, that was GNO in the Hebrew area.
Right.
So like, all right, let's just so I don't like make everybody think, all right, the guy's a flat earther. That's it. He's dumb, stupid, whatever.
Well, it's like the easiest way to like just dismiss somebody. It's like calling them a racist.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you might as well just call somebody a racist.
Yeah, and so I'm going to show you why.
And those words are there to stifle conversation.
Absolutely,
it's not to have the conversation. It's to dismiss it.
The amount of money that NASA burns up every day is $63 million. And all right, so I want to show you this because this is relevant. So if we go and we look up the NASA Future Warfare.
That's Space Force.
Right. Yeah. So it's circa something 2001, right? This is on academia.edu.
Archive.gov. What's that?
That's a great site for anything that's been kicked off of the internet. If you go in there, I mean, they obfuscate it though. Like, so if I'm looking for this document in there, they'll throw another with the same exact name in with it. So you don't know which one it is that you're actually looking for.
Okay.
They did this with like a whole bunch of Hillary Clinton emails and all this stuff. So this is it, but you can find it, the best versions of it in academia.edu. Okay. So Jason, all right. So actually, you know what? Let me go into academia.edu because it'll give you the cleanest version. Future strategic issues. Okay. Future strategic issues. Just read through all these, right? Capabilities of the enemy after next, ongoing worldwide technological revolutions, economic trends. They're talking about steering it. So this guy is down in Langley. He's talking to DARPA. He's like, they're all listed on the one page. I'll show you who all the organizations are. So potential nature of a farther term warfare. The bots, Borgs, and humans welcome you to 2025 AD. This is 2001 by a NASA engineer named Dennis Bushnell. His name is, I think.
Wait, scroll back up. I think his name was on top. Yep. Wait, go down a little bit. Yeah, Dennis Bushnell. There you go.
Sorry. So chief scientist. He was like a futurist or something, right?
Does it say like when he wrote that?
2001.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure that like we see. Oh yeah, 2001, the fourth annual Testing and Training for Readiness Symposium and Exhibition. Yep. Emerging challenges, opportunities, and requirements. August 13th to the 16th, 2001, which was literally a month before 9/11.
Oh my God, I didn't know. I didn't even think about that. As far as the months,
it's literally 4 weeks before 9/11.
No shit. Wow. So this comes out. Hey, what kind of side?
113 pages.
we don't want anybody finding this shit. Like not back then. So now
this guy's a chemical engineer, right? Is that what it says?
I think he was. Yeah. I don't
know. Scroll up. Oh no, that's a different guy. Keep going. All right, scroll down.
AI and robotics, microwaves, development of AI and robotics in 2001.
An AI brain interface.
Yeah.
Can you click to read more on that?
Yeah, sure. You should see the other spin-offs of this document.
Presented at the Defense Technical Information Centers and National Defense Industrial Association, Orlando, Florida, August 13th to 16th, 2001. So, the future of warfare and defense strategies for CONUS, chemical, biological, nuclear weapons, nanotechnologies, what's a DEW? Directed energy weapons. Yeah. DEW, microwaves, and IW. I don't know what IW is. Development of AI and robotics and AI brain interface presented. Okay. It's just weird that it says this is what's going to happen in 2025,
right?
24 years ago, a month before 9/11. All right, let's go.
You think that's bad? What you just read there.
Yeah.
Wait until we get to the end of this document. This is like fucking unreal. This is just, it's unreal. The first time I actually went through and I started Googling what do all the military terms mean and whatever. So ongoing worldwide technological revolutions, economic trends is what they're going to shape and shift and change everything by.
Digital currency.
But the other part is to, so market manipulation by devaluing certain things. How do you get graphene?
Inflating other things. Yeah.
How do you get graphene?
So we'll make it more expensive, so we have to use this thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Americans, we're cheap. I don't want to buy that.
You can't use copper. You used PEX.
Yeah. But not only that, it was also about how to get. So the companies now are putting graphene in the deodorant, the gel for the deodorants across all boards. We were talking about that yesterday, but graphene and all these different kinds of things, So the reason that I'm going into this, just so everybody knows, is because this is the method by which NASA is funding all of these other situations that are going on with the airborne particulates.
Yes.
With the graphene, the data centers, the NSA, the DOD, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, intertwined with our government, critical infrastructure. There's no stopping them. But this is where all the finance came from to get all of these where we're at right now.
Okay.
Right. So potential nature of farther term warfare, the bots board.
Have you brought this up on your page?
On my website, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You could go and read. So go on to
www.mostcensored.online.
Yep. Go on there and read about graphene and what it's really about, and cooking, graphene onto your face after you wash it with the new graphene soap, and you went and bought the fancy infrared LED heat lamp. So this presentation is based on futures work for U.S. Air Force. I don't know what some of these are though. So Air Force again, National Research Council, Army after next.
It's all acronyms.
Yeah. ACOM, joint, that's something, the generals or something.
The Australian DOD.
Yep. Australia's been on it, right? Here's the shitty one.
DARPA.
Yep. DIA, CIA.
I wonder if any of those even exist. Some of them maybe got different names now.
Oh, DARPA.
SOCOM.
Yeah, they
FBI.
Yep. So everybody's going, why is the FBI always on the government side?
Yeah. All right, scroll down.
And they're dirty. So insight, thought, and discussion is based in all cases upon existing data, trends, and analysis technologies.
No pixie dust, which means that none of it is bullshit. That's what he's saying right there. None of it is frou-frou, mystical shit. It's based on literally reality.
Right. All right. So no pixie dust. That is funny because like later as you go down here, he starts bringing.
Well, what it does is it in the presentation, just saying that right there disarms the crowd to be open to listen to what he has to say. Yeah.
All right.
So like if you were going to talk to me right now, you'd probably say no pixie dust.
No, I'd say no bullshit.
Right. Same thing. Same thing.
All right. So it provides, in some cases, a somewhat broader view of perspective, developments, and issues. Utilization, application of 2025 projections, inputs to future warfighting concept developments, energy after next and blue, inputs to new procurement decision, 15 plus years to produce 40 plus years in inventory. So they're stockpiling all the food and all that. Heads up for Intel community, Intel IoT, anything IoT is connected to the web, your phone, the whatever. Did I ever show you the purple light on your phone?
No.
Watch this shit. Look at. So I'm going to open my camera only. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put it over the screen of the black screen of your phone.
What do you mean?
My camera. All right. So see the purple light flashing? No, you have to turn it a little bit to see it. Hold on. See it?
Oh yeah. What the fuck is that?
Okay. So that's.
Wait, shut up.
Yeah. So that's an infrared.
Wait, holy shit. Wait, give me that again.
Yeah. So that's infrared.
Where's that up at the top?
Yeah, right here on the back. You can see that's how you measure distances. It's telemetry. It's a telemetry system. Turn it and rock it. It's right here. There you go.
Holy shit.
Okay, so the point is now we get graphene into and onto everything. Now you have the shampoo. It's going in all these things. Like for sure, I've done the research on it. You can go and double check me if you want. Whoever So it's going into the shampoo, it's going into deodorant, it's going into the water filtration systems for the water mains for your public drinking water. It's going into air filtration systems in your central air for whatever, right? The graphene, carbon, it's the way you want to go, right? The Berkey water filters are carbon. They're talking about nanotubes, all of it. So it's all nanotechnology. All of that gets inside your body and it becomes readable, right? And now you use the infrared heat light for your skin and whatever else, and you're cooking it onto your skin because there's also silica based in all this other stuff. Stardust Solutions, did you see any of that?
Mm-mm.
Stardust Solutions is an Israeli startup company. They're going to spray globules of silica into the atmosphere that will reflect the sun back into outer space, and we don't have to worry about it burning us to death. Okay, so if
this whole idea of geoengineering is so fucking beyond evil.
Oh yeah,
that they really think that like this like. The fucking
so this is why
how did we all fucking go along with that?
Right.
How did we all go along with like the Al Gore bullshit?
Yeah.
That like
he's the son-in-law to Schiff. Jacob Schiff is the guy that was the chief financier for the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia.
Tipper Gore's dad is that? Like Alan Tipper Gore?
No, Gore. It's either Gore's daughter is married into the Schiffs or whatever. I don't know. But there's a relationship between the
Bolshevik Revolution.
To the Bolshevik Revolution. Same thing with Adam Schiff.
Oh, a watermelon head?
Yeah.
He really does have a watermelon head.
It's his great, I think it's his great uncle.
But like the fact, like, if you can smell a fart, that means that there's like microbes of fart. Of poo in your nose, right? Like you can't smell anything unless molecularly like it gets somewhere, right? It's fucking crazy to like blot out the sun.
Oh my God.
Like the glow, like if they just moved the temperature gauges away from the asphalt on the goddamn runways, you would see that the temperatures aren't increasing.
Oh yeah.
Like they're gaming the system to justify totally unnatural, toxic things to do to us. That they have no idea what it's going to do. They have no idea.
This is supposed to be against enemies, man. Like, so that's the whole thing.
It's everybody.
But so it's supposed to be, they are attacking an enemy. It's warfare. It says it here cleanly. Like this is warfare, right?
Yeah, it was at the top. War fighting concepts.
Yeah.
You don't fight your fucking country. Here's your friends.
But here's where people really need to start the digging and say, all right, I see it, Shane. I know what you're talking about now. If there's water above, number one, if there is no climate change because the sun is local, if there is no funding for NASA they wouldn't be spraying the shit in the sky that they're spraying, you know? Like all of these different things, it matters that the earth is flat. This is the document that proves why, because the more they keep taking money and sending you off computer generated images of what Saturn looks like when we can physically look at it and it's just a vibration star in a jar trapped in the water above, right? Like, is there a ball out there that burns eternally without any oxygen around it? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, can you have combustion without oxygen?
No. It's impossible.
All right, keep rolling.
So,
assumptions. What are the assumptions that they're making?
I don't know where
in this document, right on the bottom.
All right, going in assumptions. Politics can and does change overnight, which we're watching. E.g., Russia, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan. Potential capabilities is the future warfare issue. Not who, but what. That'll be the robots, I bet. Need to plan differently.
Why is differently in quotes? Like that would mean to be like, what? Oh, there they go. What? That's why it's differently.
Right.
World is in the throes of triple exponential IT bio-nanotechnological revolutions. Yeah. Changes occurring at scales of months instead of decades. I don't know what Zeroth is. I don't even know what that means. Zeroth order potential effects upon defense, offense, equipment, con ops, and threat. This is fucking crazy.
That gets better. Spaceship Earth, plundering the ship's supplies. They're saying that.
Oh! Yeah. Wait, what? Plundering the ships. Okay, let's just assume that Spaceship Earth is Earth.
Yeah.
The crew are plundering the ship's supplies, tinkering with the temperature and life support controls, still looking for instruction manual, engaging in bloody skirmishes in every quarter of the vessel, increasing the size of the crew by 2 million per week. Which means that, like, are they implying that they need to do something about that? That they're going to, right? They're going to end the crew,
right?
That implies that they're going to end the crew.
Here's the good part about all of the flat earth stuff, right? We come from the stars, we return to the stars, we're coming back again, you know? So through piety, that's the interesting part. I don't give a shit now if I do die. I'm not worried about that part of it. It doesn't matter. Let them do what they're going to do. But
I still think I got stuff to do.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, not to that degree. Like, it's not that I'm suicidal, right? It's just
no. But it's like
their fucking shit. Like, you're not gonna watch me pissing, you know? Like,
right. Scroll down.
So,
what's that? Wait, go up to the heading. Humans have taken over in vastly shortened evolution.
All right. So humans.
Global warming, pollution, deforestation. Yeah.
Hue. The light is brought into form. Hue, man. So they call us, humans. Do you ever see the clip of Bill Gates saying the humans are angry?
No, I hate that guy.
I fucking hate him too, man. Like,
genomic design and repair, mind children.
See this?
The deforestation.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is in the last 30 years, there is twice as much canopy cover. You know, canopy cover is leaves.
Yeah.
So all this climate change shit that they've been saying, over the last 20, 30 years, the canopy cover of the world has increased by 2 continental United States.
Really?
Yeah, because the CO2 is increasing. CO2 is great for plants. So they're saying that, like, this isn't, it's like a weird inverse.
It's doing exactly the opposite of what they're claiming.
Right. So what they're saying is like, we can't have CO2 because CO2 is a fucking toxic, which it's not, because it's literally our exhaled vapor.
Yeah.
And it's what the plants eat. And they're trying to say that that is bad, and it only represents 0.004% of the atmosphere. And every time that there's CO2 increases, the harvests are plentiful. The trees grow better, the bushes grow better, the fruits grow better, the wheat grows better.
Yeah.
And they're trying to stop it. That's insane.
They want to, I mean, I don't know if it's so much about wanting us dead. Like, I think the byproduct.
They can make lots of money off of us being sick.
Right. They're past that now, man. It's pure control is the whole thing. Why do I need all of your money?
You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Yeah. Like, if I can control every thought in your head, every emotion that goes through you, if I can control all of that.
There's such a darkness there that
what do I need money for?
That now there's no agency. I have no control over my thoughts now.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, the manipulation. So that's the nudging part of the nanodust. So if you go into the dark part of all of that stuff, you're taking nanoparticulate stuff and into your body, however you're doing it, right? Through the mucosa mostly. If you ever saw the James Giordano videos, he's a guy that goes out and talks to the NSA, to DOD, says, yeah, through the mucosa or insects, he says, as a last resort. People are talking about the ticks and all this other stuff. So you're breathing in nanoparticles.
What's the fucking irony of a tick that makes you allergic to beef?
I don't know.
Like, tell me, like,
I don't know what they would do
really?
it for. That's just a stupid thing.
Really? We now have a tick that was probably made at Plum Island fucking 60 years ago, where everybody has Lyme's disease because they were working on it to go after their enemies, whatever that was.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden there's a tick that makes you allergic to beef, where they're trying to make these impossible burgers and like lab grown meat and all that shit. Like,
did you ever see the thing of what the hell was her name? The black lady with the cancer, the tumor cell, the Immortal cell line, they called it.
No, I never saw that.
What the hell was her name? Is not Rosa. Shit.
She was on a bus.
Yeah, right. Immortal.
Well, we don't need, what is it called? The Immortal
cell line.
I know folks were all over the place here, but like,
I know.
there's pearls of wisdom everywhere else.
It all matters, man. It all matters. Immortal cell line. Okay. What the hell is her name? She's important because she's a black lady that lived through she lived through the Tuskegee experiments, I think is how she got it.
Oh wow, she got like this.
There were cancer cells. They still have them in every single lab across the world. They're still alive. They're still generating things, right?
The importance of HeLa cells among the important scientific
that's
discoveries
part of
of the
her
last
name.
century was the first immortal.
Henrietta Lacks, that's her name.
Henrietta Lacks?
Henrietta Lacks, yeah. So she ended up getting this weird form of cancer. It killed her in like a week. They took her cells and tumors and stuff, and they put it into all these different labs. It's spread all over the world. Like, Israel's doing nasty shit to us all the time, right? Mm-hmm. They're saying, hey, that there's human DNA in all of those burgers at Burger King and McDonald's.
Yeah. So
how do you culture and grow a whole bunch of cancer? I mean, I literally believed, this is 4 years ago I was reading this. This is the reason I stopped eating McDonald's completely. Human DNA and all the McDonald's. Where the hell are you getting human DNA? Where are you producing all of the beef needed to supply the entire United States with McDonald's burgers?
I just read an article about Burger King, the Whopper, that the Whopper has 157 ingredients in it.
Oh yeah.
It should literally be like bread, beef, lettuce, pickle.
Yeah. My ex-sister-in-law, I think, is in Germany now. One of my boys was telling me, she was telling me they only have like 3 degrees in their ketchup. I'm like, get the hell out of it. We have like, 50?
Yeah, it's like ketchup. It's like literally like tomatoes, vinegar, salt. Yeah. Like that's what it is.
Oh, man. But yeah, so
the Immortal cells.
Immortal cell line, yep. So anyway, that's like the meat stuff and having control of the food supply. I mean, them feeding us back our own shit. Where the hell that? So future strategy. So I mean, this is kind of outside. I mean,
this is like 200 pages though. Do you want to do this? Do you want to go one more? Just scroll down one more.
Yeah. Outside of the U.S. All right. So this is how the globalists work, right? They work through the federal, or not federal, but the corporate world.
Wait a second.
Right?
Order of 70% of the world's research is now conducted outside of the United States. To first order a percentage of GDP, U.S. produces order of 18% of world's GDP. Order of 70% of U.S. research now commercial, as opposed to government sponsored, which means it's privatized.
Yeah, that's the public-private partnerships. So these are the people that are running AI, like Bushnell is asking, right? Like that tells you right there.
Oh, they had nanotech in 2000, a month before 9/11.
Yeah, they had a long time before that. So technological ages, hunter-killer groups, like they're talking about like what we're going to work into now, 29.
Just FYI, just FYI, in Terminator, the flying fucking Terminator was called a hunter-killer. I don't know if anyone realizes that, but like, and now we have flying drones that are killing people.
Yeah, yep. So Bio-Nano, 2020 forward to win. Bio-Nano, that's a real thing. Bio-Nano interface. That's the brain to... So here's how you have to think about this. If I can create Tesla phoresis in your body using an outside electromagnetic field, your brain is already working in a specific range of frequency. I'm looking at my phone as an algorithmic...
Tesla phoresis?
Tesla phoresis, yeah. That's the thing with...
a phenomenon discovered. Can I read
what you want to watch.
Well, we don't have sound.
You don't need it. I'll explain it. So this is a guy at Rice University.
Do full screen.
Okay. That's a Tesla coil right there. That donut is an electromagnetic field they're generating. In that field, two things are happening now. They're using carbon nanotubes. So Tesla phoresis, you use an electromagnetic field.
Is that graphene?
Yep. Graphene nanotubes. They call them carbon nanotubes. Frequency, and now they light up the red and the blue.
Holy shit.
Right? So photons are generating a different response on the way that these things conjoin. You need polarity. There's got to be a positive and a negative. Why red and blue? Same thing with the sun and the moon, you know? So later down the road, you start seeing all this other shit with, like right here, that's the Tesla coil. This stuff is, all right, so you got to think how super small this is. This gets in your body through your milk, your water, your whatever. Everybody was clotting real bad after the vaccines, right? They put graphene in there as a fact. That stuff is burning the hemoglobin. So the more they're showing that the light bulb right now is in an electromagnetic field, there's no wires to those light bulbs. So that's why I said if we brought this in here, I'd be able to show you like what's what, right? So all of that electromagnetic energy. So that's what's burning, and then you start wondering, all right, move
that mouse. I want to see that.
Yep. So you're talking about nano though, right? Nano is like, you remember the story of the guy from he was working with China.
Look at it being close to that, and it's just, what is it doing? Why is it?
It's igniting. That's the Holocaust. That's the Holocaust.
And then once you turn the frequency, once you turn it off,
well, it becomes consumed. It's ionized to the point. It's like taking a bunch of like pieces of aluminum, throwing them in your microwave. What's going to happen? They're going to spark till they die. Why do you need so many boosters? It gets expended. But in the process, as it's burning inside your body from the frequencies with your cancer causing devices, right?
Look at how small those are.
Yeah, so your hemoglobin is getting fried off your cells, man. I said this like 5 years ago. I watched this video. This is from I think it's 2012 or something. You never saw that? There's also dielectric phoresis, they call it, or something, or Tesla phoresis. But using an electromagnetic field to all right, so here you got to think about something.
Go back.
Quick.
When was that video done?
I think 2012 or 10 maybe.
10 years ago.
10 years? So it's 2016.
April 14th, 2016.
And this is long after they were working on it because
I'm sure.
Yeah, they were paid by DARPA.
Go click that one under the scanning electron microscope graphene, bottom right. No, see it on the bottom right?
This?
Yeah. Did they show how small this particle is?
All right, remember they kept on, so the masks were a delivery device. China is supplying all this shit for Israel to us. We're being measured with graphene. Graphene is photoluminescent.
Move that mouse so I can.
Sorry. So that's a lattice, like a carbon lattice.
Oriented carbon atoms being so thin.
Yep.
Graphene is also invisible for the unaided eye, and therefore powerful state-of-the-art techniques such as the scanning electron microscope must be used for studying its properties in greater detail.
You need an electron microscope to see how it behaves. So
300 nanometer.
Here's what everybody misses about graphene.
Can you make that full screen?
Yeah. What is so important about graphene is that it is photovoltaic. It absorbs light energy. It absorbs radiant energy of any type, right? Graphene
oxide.
So now you're seeing this 2001 program, right? Let me pause this real quick. The lattice sheet, because this is where I'm going to blow your mind. Okay, so they've been working on getting this stuff into our bodies for a really long time already, right? These different, nanotechnologies here, the car polish, big one. Cloud 10 car wash is a big thing. Graphene, when you get the works and you go get your smart self-monitoring assessment reporting technology, smart wash on your car, where are we at Cloud 10 car wash? When you walk in there, you have to sign up all your data, just like you sign your name off to a vaccine and you're identifiable now to that vaccine card. On top of it now, you've got a vehicle that is attached to your, what is my digital twin? Did you ever Google that one? What is my digital twin?
No.
There's a record of everything you've ever done online. There's a digital replica of you. So that was the program, which was called the Sentient World Simulation Program. That's the one through Purdue University, where DARPA said, hey, we want to create a digital duplicate of the physical world. And they said, all right, well, we could do it. How are we going to do it? We need something that's a magic paintbrush. That's the graphene. So you get the car wash, you coat your car with something that can absorb radiant frequencies and is charged by LED lights or ultraviolet street lamps with antennas on them. Or you have an infrared camera on your Ring camera on your house, or in the Home Depot parking lot, or Lowe's, or the grocery store. There's all these infrared cameras everywhere. And then I pull my phone out when I go to the circus because I want to see the lion that just got scrubbed down with the new graphene shampoo. Everybody pulls out their phone at one time. Now you're talking about sentient world simulation. The user interface of your phone is armed with AI for a long time already. Everybody pulls their phone out at the same time.
It's algorithms. It's like, it's right.
What?
Like, it's not like an art, like a. All right, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going. Sorry. Just keep going.
So it's smart. All right. So now everybody goes. Now they want this digital replica of the physical world. What do they want that for? They're going to bombard it with, and they call it nudging. It's digital nudging. So they're going to your dog, your truck fleet for the company that you own, whatever it is. It's all a digital twin, right? So in that digital replica of the world, they want to modify it, modulate it. Same thing in your brain. Neural pathways, that shit's small enough to change the way that the neural pathways.
Does that violate the blood-brain barrier?
Yeah.
Graphene?
And that's what the polysorbate 80 was for delivering nanotechnology past that point. It's the only thing that would. So the more sunlight you have, the stronger the blood-brain barrier gets.
Okay.
It's always cloudy.
Stay inside.
Right. So now my point with the circus is my favorite analogy about the whole topic is everybody pulls out their phone at one time and they want to teach AI, right? We talked about that earlier, COVID, certificate of vaccination ID for AI. Mm-hmm. So now they know who everybody is that's vaccinated. Now everybody at the circus pulls their phone out and they say, all right, got that little red light that I'm showing you on the back, the little purple light, like the purple street light is on my phone. I pull my phone out. What did they just do? If there's 5,000 people in that crowd, they have just provided for AI, as Google has just taken over everything in my user interface in my phone. They have just given AI access to visualize and imprint the framework for what that physical world looks like digitally. Everybody's phone is creating a 3-dimensional, 360 panoramic view of what's going on there. And we got these magical new LED lights up in the ceiling because, Joe Biden decided we were going to ban.
You can't have the incandescent light bulb. Yeah.
Right. Like,
that was Obama. Yeah.
What? I don't think it was.
They were
Obama.
both together.
Was it?
Yeah.
So the point with
your power bill is going to go down, and it all went up.
It's worse because they don't ever shut off.
Yeah.
Like you could turn that TV off right now and it would have the same radio field. The same amount of electrical energy comes off of that when it's off as when it's on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But this is where it goes into what they call backscatter technology. It's thrown. Do you ever hear them saying the CIA can watch what you're doing?
Yeah.
The way that works is called backscatter technology. So that's like shock. Like let's just say that's a sawed-off shotgun. And it fires electrons at you, right? They saw off the barrel. They fire. You're standing right here. Your body absorbs all those electrons. Everything that bounces off of the latex walls and returns.
Because it's a resistor.
Right. You now got latex walls. You now have plastic floors, some kind of acoustic, material for your. So it's all about all of these different wavelengths. And
what would happen if it was lead paint?
It would absorb it. It wouldn't bounce back. You wouldn't be able to read it.
And you can't look in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So
let's keep moving on this terrible thing called graphene.
All right. So that's what they're coating everything with. That's the big thing.
I just want to see how small it is. Like,
they just said you need an electron microscope to see it. Yeah. I can't prove it that it's in my.
I just didn't know if there's any shots of it under the electron microscope.
Yeah. It's just.
Could you hover scrub to see if there is a shot of graphene oxide under the microscope? You could just do it on the bottom layer and just roll over it.
Oh. There we go. You want this mouse?
Yeah, let me see.
I'm not the computer guy.
Make everyone's lives easier. Holy shit, do you have a sensitive mouse?
Yeah.
Holy Christ.
I'm usually just like right here.
Oh, here we go.
Sample. So that property, what people don't understand about this is they're selling it in all these different markets. They're saying it makes the paint better and stronger and lasts longer.
Is that what accelerating voltage?
So it's super, super conductive. What they're basically doing is like, so when they're spraying silica, that's the hydrogel. That's the bonding mechanism to keep graphene in your body. Remember they kept saying hydrogels with the vaccine stuff?
Yeah.
The hydrogels are silicon. So basically that stuff sticks to your cell, it becomes a node or an antenna for reading the EMF and the electrical frequencies around you as your body absorbs all these different levels of electrical energy in whatever form, whether that's light or magnetism or whatever. But they can also be charged to a positive.
What does it say? Small detect, we can even detect. Wait, what is this?
Cell phone.
I just want to see what they're. Man, you have a fucking sensitive mouse.
Electrical contacts.
To create functional groups. If gas enters the small detector, which can even be attached to a cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right. So your phone can determine whether there's a virus in the air or not.
As a result, the graphene changes that as an electrical value that can easily be measured to calculate. You can measure this on the goddamn phone?
The phones do so much more than they told us. Like,
okay.
These are the kinds of things that I run around on, But like, so that's just like all the money that these guys get. It's all from DARPA. It's all from DARPA worldwide. So Dr. Charles Lieber was the guy at Harvard during the whole, when Trump was going out of office last time. They're saying, oh, COVID's out and whatever. There's a Harvard scientist working with China. He took $50,000. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Dr. Charles Lieber. Guess what he worked in? Biochemistry, nanotechnology, and some other nano. I don't know if it was nanochem or bio-nano things, right? Like he's the leading guy in the United States for bio-nano things. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
Like Internet of bio-nano things, dude. Which Internet of bio-nano things. Does it say it or no?
No, you didn't click on the.
What the hell am I? Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Internet of bio-nano things. This is a real thing. Controlling your cells with radio, light. They're doing all the road work.
Yeah.
So let's go to YouTube videos and see what it is anyway. So Internet of bio-nano things, bio-nanotechnology. Like your, what do you call it in your body? Your, in your cells, the mitochondria.
Mm-hmm.
It's like its own little antenna.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know what the hell that is. That's nothing compared to what they're actually.
They're comparing the cell. Nano things, biological things.
Yeah.
Biological entities, unlike things, are made up of synthesized and artificial materials such as graphene and other metamaterials, which may be harmful to the environment and the human body. Bio-nano things uses living biological cells to transmit information. Even the bacteria in the human good can be used as a substitute for nanoscale. I think the closed captioning got that screwed up. How can a biological cell act as an embedded system?
So your body.
Okay.
That's the phone. Transceiver, cytoplasm, right? So control unit, the phone is doing whatever. IoT computing device. Now we just looked at this on the NASA document. IoT, yes. Right? Yes. Bio-nano, over and over. This is what they've been doing since COVID. There's people that read all this shit long before COVID even came out and they're like, fuck that. I'm not taking that injection for nothing.
You should consult with your doctor to get a vaccine and they are safe and effective.
It's insane, So when you go into this document and you see like NASA was created absolutely for the funding mechanism that it is for distributing all that shit in aerosolized particulates. That's a fact. Like look at this shit.
Don't be afraid of your microphone too.
Yep. Here. Wave sensing smart environments. I brought that. You could have it.
What's this study? A black and white technical field guide to sound, light, radio, electrical signatures, interferometry, backscatter, spectroscopy, room mapping, monitoring, tracking, and AI inference.
That's me. I made these.
This is fun. This seems fun. Oh, it's both sides. Wait, you made this?
Yeah. I used AI, but like
use their tools against them, man.
Yeah, right. You have to. I mean, there's no way I can put all this. So RFID and backscatter is what I'm talking about. So backscatter out of your TV, right? If I turn that off and I go and I put this meter on there and it's still throwing electrons at me, why is it doing that? You know,
I can keep this.
Yeah, and read it if you want. Yeah.
But while I have a gun in my mouth.
Yeah. But I made a bunch of them up so people would, like, I wanted to take these to data center arguments. This is what the data centers are really for. This is it. It's not about the flock cameras and measuring where you're walking around. It's about the way your emotions behave.
Let's do this.
I want to talk about that.
You want to talk about AI? Or you want to talk about the book, or you want to talk about data centers?
It's up to you, man. I don't care.
Well, data centers is a hot topic right now.
All right.
So do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
And we'll come right back and we'll focus on this in data centers in the book.
Yeah, I see. I went the wrong way with it again. I could have just sold a whole bunch of books and look at me running off at the mouth on this stuff.
I know. But it's good. It'll make people get I think it'll make people get your book.
Well, it's sorry. So it throws valid perspectives in there about but once you understand there is no legitimate purpose for NASA and that the Nazi regime actually came here to run our government, not to operate within it, then you go, oh my God.
What's that, paperclip?
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
1,600 of them came here.
Yeah.
You always hear about the German soldiers dying. These Israeli nutcases went back and tried to kill all these German soldiers, with poison in the water and doing all that stuff. That's one of the laws or principles of math. Don't poison the water. I have not poisoned the water, they say in there. So they were very spiritual. The people that weren't were the L-ites. And then you got Klaus Schwab jumping up.
The L-ites are not spiritual.
The L-ites, exactly. There is no religion for them. And it's technically the same for us. There's a harmony that's supposed to be achieved in life. That kind of explains all of it, where they come from, how they control age to age to age by lying to everybody and deceiving. They were called the snake people, and the Greeks called them the Hyksos. But it was Heka-Kasut is what the people from Kemet or Egypt called them, right? And in Egypt, they would say the Heka-Kasut were rulers by dark magic. They were foreign rulers by dark magic. Heka, like we say heck or hex on somebody, that's a creation for the way that they overthrew Egypt and stayed there within, and then later they're kicked out of Egypt because of whatever, right? And then you got the story of the Israelites right around the same time. They wandered the desert for 40 years. And then we go into, I was telling you about the horse people and the centaurs and all that.
Yeah.
So the next place they occupy is Greece. Well, where does Greece go? Back to Egypt to fuck them up. Like, the Khazars went back to Russia to fuck them up. You kick us out of our home, well, stop fucking eating people's kids and shit, man.
Right.
So it's a real thing. It's like a real network, and like it's all about like who the gypsies were and whatever. But I pretty much brush on the majority of that history, and you get to the point where you realize like, holy shit, man, like they did this in Egypt, they did this in Greece, they did it in Rome, and they did it in Persia, and they did it everywhere that they went. But they're not Jews. They're not Jews. That's the hardest part to get. It's always been the Jesuit order from the Knights Templar through the Knights of Malta. The Jesuit order is wherever you see the eagle. Poland, Russia, the United States. Rome forward is the Knights Templar. Germany, the black, right? And the Iron Cross, like the Templar. So the Templars were hiding the ancient spiritual technology from Egypt, keeping it for themselves so they can live and go wear their golden crowns to keep their head good and healthy while everybody else is under these bad frequencies, So it's really, really wild once you go through all of that history and you say, holy shit, man, these guys really do run everything. So it's the same thing. Like they really do, but it's always been through the stars. Like it's always been through the stars. So to control what was in the sky is to control everything on Earth. So when you go back to that image of this big dome, it's an inverted satellite dish. And then you have this whole concept of on Earth as it is in heaven. There's a pyramid here. There's a star right there. And when I line these up for you, I'll try and line them up on the video for you as we go on here on the screen. Orion is the entire area of Egypt. So to them, the north was the south. And you have to think about the concept now. What's the shape of the planet? We live under a dome. North was up. South was down. When I stand on the earth outside, that's the negative. That's the south node of the great toroidal field. Electrical energy travels down and in, out and away, and back up and cycles back in. What does electrical energy bring with it? Cold weather and cavitation and all these other electrical things happen. So now you're talking about, all right, well, there's ice everywhere around the outside and the inside of that toroidal field where all of the electricity is at.
Holy shit.
Understand? Yeah. So that's one big part of all of it. Like that's one big giant part of all, but your body behaves the same way. It's a magnet. Everything is a magnet. Like I could walk you outside and show you with a device. I have a magnetometer. I could show you. We stand on, when we're on actual ground, it's a negative charge. You're getting a negative charge. So it's drawing positive energy down and through you. Your body is the receiver, like the radio frequency thing. That's what the grounding and earthing is about, to balance and harmonize all that energy out in your human toroidal field.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. So, okay.
All right.
So we're back?
Yeah. And we're going to shift it all off of this stuff because it's too deep.
Well, I mean, it's so fascinating though. It's like the thing with you is like all my interests.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. It's like spirituality, it's consciousness, it's the nature of reality, it's the, how things, like the anti-technology stuff that is technology. You know what I mean? Like the things that we think of as technology, is it helping us? Is it hurting us? Is it, I always call it the Middle Ages with fluorescent lights and credit cards. I don't think anything's really advanced. I don't think that like we're better. Like we're just harming people more. There's like at no time in history this is my belief, and I'm waiting for anybody to dispute it. I think as human beings, we are more anxious, unhappy, negative, miserable than at any other time in history.
Isolated.
And I can't, not feeling like this, this universal consciousness or connection with our neighbor or our families. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of teaching my kids spirituality, right? And you almost can't do it unless it's, and I do this in that book a lot, where there's only a permitted answer allowed in like pretty much every topic that you engage. Like you can't just say, hey, we're going to go to church. Well, it better be that Christian one, and it's got to be the denomination of blah, blah, blah. And you're going to talk math, you're going to talk science, you're going to talk the shape of the earth, you're going to talk about whatever, right? There's always a permitted answer in every one of those fields. And like, that's the thing that's breaking us down in every realm we engage. So we walk around talking to whoever, oh my God, you said flat earth, you get the fuck out of here. You're like, that's the end of that conversation, right? And it's not so much about the flat earth as it is the ability for abstract thought and individual,
sure.
Right? Like the abstract thought is the most important part that you need for the application of the mind. They closed all of that off throughout centuries and centuries and centuries of control. They allow you only, like, it's not that they're doing it in a way that they're, murdering you and restricting all these different things out of your life. And you're getting thrown into prison. It's that they just keep on closing the lanes that you have the options to, you know what I mean? Like
travel.
Yeah, right. You can't go in that direction. No, it won't work automatically, because it's like, this is what space is. We've been through this in third grade, like when it's that
only since 1950.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the, trying to get into that stuff with kids and like, as far
you have to unlearn everything. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you have to, your education in a way is brainwashing, and you have to unbrainwash your brain, or at least be willing to be like, maybe a bunch of the things they told me weren't true.
I think it's the first thing. I think that's the first thing that I did.
Unlearned?
Yeah. Like, so.
What are we plugging in here?
That's my hard drive. I want to show, because you remember the brainwave thing that I showed you, that one document? So yeah. I put all this together with, I had to use AI to do it again, and we already have AI. So what people aren't getting about the data centers, like if we really want to punch that one in the face, like
let's punch it in the face. Let's punch data centers in the face.
Right in the fucking mouth. Like where people are lost here is what those things are actually for. You on this physical level about me, just like our religions control us into this stuff. Like my soul has to get to heaven, right? Like you're not worrying about everybody else around you. Like all of this ancient Egyptian stuff was about the harmony in all things. So if I suffer, you suffer too. Mm-hmm. If you suffer, I suffer too. Like we don't look at it that way anymore, And
I'm trying to look at it that way now.
Yeah, we are all fucked. You're here if this whole data center thing gets run through the way that they're planned, because it's the digitization, the the quantifying of everything, and the counting and measuring, and you pissed like 4 milliliters more than you were supposed to. That's a count against your carbon credit score or something, this is how bad it's really going to get. For them to be able to monitor literally everything and all of those technologies in that book. I hope we're going to cover that now, but I really want to go through the
wave sensing in smart environments. Yeah.
I really want to go through.
Well, let's go through the data center stuff. Cause I haven't really gotten, I'll do the conversations with people who are like, yeah, air, water, hard drives, AI, but what's the truth of it all? Where does it all lead? The data center stuff. And maybe that's the journey we're going to be on for the next hour.
Autonomous. So closing off. All right. So right now we've got police stations saying, yeah, we use Flaw cameras. I just watched some video from the sheriff from New York last night. We only need them for so much and blah, blah, blah. Right. But we solved over 250 cases by locating that perp immediately and whatever. Right. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's all.
I think it's a Fourth Amendment violation, but what do I know?
Absolutely. So the good part is, all right, well, you rescued a couple of kids, and that's 250 cases. What is the population and what is the reach of those cameras over the course of, the one day? Let's do a Buxton report. How many cars travel past that camera? How many license plates did it record? Who is the third party that you guys are renting from to hold all of that additional data? Guess what the majority of those are? They're Israeli cybersecurity startups. So even if the companies that are renting it off to those police stations, right, if it's their hardware, they're still embedded with we talk about the Talpiot program ever. Mm-hmm. So the Talpiot program was how Israel was selling microchips off to people, and they were called Pegasus chips.
I've heard of this. Yeah, Pegasus. Yeah.
Yeah. So the project, I think it was called Project Pegasus, but how does China keep on getting all of our information on prototypes for a specific kind of cargo jet? They built the one that we had here in the United States that was planned to be built for 5 or 6 years. They built it a year or something before the schedule. Same exact model, same exact specifications, does all the same stuff. They built it a year before the United States did. Where did they get all the fucking information? So legitimately what's happening right now is, with Israel as the central hub for world currency and all that stuff, it's an undeniable thing. Do you believe that or no at this point?
I don't, everything's such fucking bullshit anymore. I have no reason not to believe it.
Yeah. It's they are a living, and not to say that it's a Jewish thing, because it's not a Jewish thing. Even the premise behind, the Balfour Declaration, how the country was built, it's legitimately a model from place to place to place. Like we were talking about Hitler before, right? An Austrian guy running Germany, the proud Germans don't want a German there in that office.
Yeah, they want an Austrian.
So where did he come from? And then you start to look up all the things that he aligns with, such as the Jesuit order, again, the Knights Templar thing. The eagle is how the eagle is what shows that all the way from Rome. The Knights Templar have landed in different places and built these monarchies. Poland would be one, Czechoslovakia, Russia. You could look up every country that has an eagle on it, and the wings are down, it's captured. The wings are up, it's fighting. Right? In the United States, we used to always have this thing where the wings are up on the United States, whenever you see a picture of the United States. But all of that comes straight out of Rome. And what they were, so when you're talking about the ancient Egypt stuff, they harnessed all of the secrets of God and religion and Christianity, and they kept all that stuff for themselves. Well, Lord Rothschild, what does he identify as? He says he's Jewish. This is where all right, but you have no real God. How could you be secular and still be Jewish, as a convert or whatever? So you go into the whole Jesuit order thing. it's a model that they keep on using, right? And it's so now the Jesuits train Hitler up. He's actually supposed to be he's a descendant or an illegitimate son of one of the Rothschilds or something. Did you ever hear that?
Nope.
Yeah, so he's technically what they would say was Jewish, but it was like literally the Jesuit thing. If you look up anything, he adored and revered all this stuff about the Jesuits and their views on Christianity and stuff, right? So you take this Jesuit, this imposter, this reptile, this reptilian from, like, as the Egyptians called this the snake people, right?
Yeah.
Like, so now Hitler, as the Austrian from the place where the eagle is at, goes and dips into ancient Aryan history. Hey, all you white guys, look, this is a swastika. Rise up, like, gets them all fired up. And so now they're all jumping up like, yeah, here's my address and this is my wife and children. And that's the biggest loss of life all the way through World War II is like what happened to all the German soldiers. Nobody gives a shit. They were just soldiers. What happened to all the Nazis? Well, 1,600 of those fuckers came here, started up NASA.
And got put in the intelligence agencies.
Right.
And,
they run
and in media and
right.
Yeah.
The engineers and the scientists, as behavioral scientists, the social engineers, these are the people that are controlling the wavelengths or, like the radio frequencies,
right.
the media, just like they did in World War II, right? It's awfully similar. So now you've got this whole thing where, Germany is overthrown. Hitler escapes to Argentina or whatever they say. And what have they really done? Like, so whether that story that I just said is true or not, who was the biggest group of people to suffer the most violently throughout all of it? The women and children are left behind. Hey, I need the government cheese. I'm starving. My husband's not alive anymore. He got killed or dragged away in the war. Yes. Well, are you going to listen to our rules? Yes, absolutely. Please. I just want to feed my baby. Right. So they left the entire population to the powers that be, which were the people that already fucked their country up, So, and this is not like being an apologist for Hitler. It's being an apologist for the German people. Like, yeah. Right. So now that's one model. They implant Hitler. The German men suffer for it. The country is lost forever to this world banking syndicate. Now, I think it's the Bank of Frankfurt was Rothschild's son. So now they have full control. Well, who is the Axis and who's the Allies? All of the Allies countries, guess where they were? Every one of them had a Rothschild banking in it to control their politics. Yes. So when you look at it from that perspective, all right, well, militarily, if I want to control the world, I'm going to have to control the instrument by which we run things. Here's our money, take it or else. And
and for people who think that's crazy, it's like it's like the only way you can go to war in Game of Thrones. You have to get a loan,
financial support.
You need financial support. You can't just go to war.
So here's where it goes real bad now. You go and you look at this other part of this now. The Balfour Declaration comes out in 1948. They build the Greater Israel. They steal Palestine's land. They're at least capable of fighting back and all this stuff. And I'm not saying Palestinians are good and Israelis are bad or whatever, right? But if you look at the overall view of that entire situation, like they're fucking murdering these people. You're watching like little kids getting dragged out of places and stuff. And you got to wonder, like, what's the algorithm feeding me? Is it trying to infuriate me? Like, there's literally a digital twin that tailors everything that you get to see through all your digital devices. That's a real thing.
As long as you have like your social media and your phone.
Yeah, it's not
your Amazon.
Yeah,
they are creating a digital double of you that they know how to manipulate. And if you don't think so, why do you think you're getting cat ads?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
What is my digital twin? They've been working on this since all right. So where I was going with that whole story is now IBM, they're fucking nefarious, man. No good. Digital twin is a virtual representation of a physical object or system that uses real-time data. That's your smartwatch, self-monitoring, assessment, and reporting technology, DARPA program.
You're scrolling, where you walk, where you travel, your ways,
right?
What you're watching on television.
All of it taken right now. So when people are worried about their cars being attached.
Whether you're looking at hot chicks on Instagram or fucking vaccine misinformation or
Every bit of it is shaping your digital twin.
Digital twins enable continuous monitoring, simulation, and analysis of an object, product, or system over the course of its life cycle. From design and production to maintenance and decommissioning, they can also incorporate external processes and critical variables that affect an asset's performance.
Right. So that is also like now your brain works in frequency. If I've got nanotechnology in my brain and I'm going through Tesla phoresis like we watched before, and there's an electromagnetic field with magnetic speakers around my ears.
Yes.
If I'm a kid playing on an Xbox, by a Microsoft Xbox.
Right.
So like all of that stuff plays in. Who is Apple really? Like, why are they building my Samsung phone with that infrared telemetry system over in South Korea? Like we should really have that kind of capability here to provide those services to our own people. Like, don't you think there's a security risk for all of us that have these devices?
Yeah, or like Huawei modems that have like fucking back doors.
Oh, yeah. So now the bigger part that I want to work on here is this guy also. Now, IBM is another arm, just like NASA, like the whole Project Paperclip thing. IBM is another arm. Facebook is another arm.
They were the ones doing the punch cards for the Holocaust. IBM.
Oh yeah.
So they're not like great people either.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So they split it into. I think they have something to do with Motorola. Well, Motorola is in there somewhere too. But so anyway, my point that I was working towards with the whole Hitler scenario is now you've got this guy running Israel right now, whose last name is Malkowski.
That's Netanyahu.
Right?
Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu is not his real name.
So now the native Jewish population hates the fucking guy. Get the hell out of here. You're destroying everything. You're killing everybody, whatever. You're a fucking Nazi, blah, blah, blah. They're calling him, right? Well, if you figure this out this way, you would say, all right, well, why is a Jewish guy that's not, his native population is not Arabic. Why is he down in a Middle Eastern country running a Middle Eastern, why is he running that country that way? Like, why is he there at all if he's
the
Polish?
Longest serving prime minister ever of Israel?
Yeah. This is the Nazi party, but this is how they move now, right? So just like he creates Hamas for the Theodor Herzl presentation, right? Theodor Herzl has this statement where he says, the anti-Semite shall be, and that's going in that book as well. The anti-Semite shall be our greatest ally.
Okay.
So in creating the hatred for the Jews that are destroying everything, who aren't actually Jews, right? You start driving this as an automatic shield. Like, what do you mean you don't want to be surveilled at every fucking moment of the day? Like, even when you're pissing and making love to your wife, like, or are you anti-Semitic?
Yeah. What do you have to hide? Right. We are now suspect of you. Right.
You want to do all that stuff in private? Are you fucking kidding me? You might be an anti-Semite. We have to make sure that you're not. Like,
right.
That's where we're at right now. And that's what they just did to Palestine through Palantir and all this shit, man. So like the point that I'm working towards here is
Palantir has only had one client.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
The CIA.
Get out of here.
Look it up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look that up right now while we're here. Look up Palantir client.
Palantir client list. Has a diverse.
As of early 2024. Before that.
Oh, wow. JP Morgan and Chase.
Yeah. How does this company get all that? Yeah. Here, scroll down. Ready content companies.
This one here?
Yeah. Dude, companies using Palantir in 2026. Do you notice how it never says anything about their inception? It's always like as of
too, though. It's Amazon and Facebook was LifeLog and DARPA.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, so like people don't realize that the largest client to Amazon is the United States government, and that's the AWS, which is the Amazon Web Services, which is the ones putting in the data centers.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it if they call it critical infrastructure. But
correct.
Where do the people have a right in arguing against all of that?
They don't.
They do if they have a legitimate argument and say, all right, well, this is a usurpation of all of our individual rights.
If everybody played fair, I'd agree with you.
Yeah, right across.
They're not playing fair.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like they're sneaking all this shit in and whatever, So as far as the data, all right, so what are the data centers actually doing? People don't know that part of it. That's the dirty shit. That's the stuff that you find in there. Just run through a couple of pages of that shit. You go, holy fuck. That's crazy. What is that? These are technologies that are old. I got all of those off of academia.edu. And so how does a globalist operate? They operate globally. How does a federal government operate? Everything within the government is all that matters. So they're not looking upward and outward and watching these corporations that are, the same Rothschild banking syndicates that own it all, IBM and whatever else. And the method is the public-private partnership. So, and the stakeholder capitalism. The stakeholders are Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and whoever, like Meta and all these different things, But if all right, so let's pull up, this is the one image that I sent you. I was sending you a couple different images here. Lightroom. And then these ones from my website here are, oh man, what the hell did I put that under? I think it's this one. I thought that would be funny.
What is it?
Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, yeah, it was you.
I thought I'd try to do that one
too. Thank you for letting us look into your mind.
Most sensor. Sensor field. It could be this one. I don't know. No. So surface response matrix, latex. All right. So these are the things that you could do to defend yourself, basically.
Well, wait. Let's say what the data centers are.
Okay. So what the technologies are first. I can't remember where the hell I put. Most censored skeleton key to the global mesh network. This one will do, but I have another one that's all pictures.
Well, let's find it.
You know which one I'm talking about with the skull and all that shit?
Mm-mm.
Debug all photos. I mean, it might be in this censored media. I think it's in this one.
This is your censored media.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Here, I think I have. Try those out for a minute.
Oh, can't you just look this in? Can't you just look this up? The delivery system map, consumer vectors?
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. Censored. I can't remember where the hell I put it now, so I apologize. But I think it might be in all photos. I don't remember.
Well, I'll cut this part out.
Yeah. Canon media? Nope.
No way.
What? Those
Canon media is usually like the photos.
Yeah. I don't know where the hell I put it at.
Can't you look it up though? Can't you do a search up the
construction? I mean, I can look on my on ChatGPT.
Can you download it from there?
Might be able to, yeah. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, because this is valuable. This is a way to understand this.
Well, we're talking about nano in your brain, right?
No. I want to see that.
That's I don't know where the hell I put it. Smart devices, summary request, clarification engine, polysorbate 80. Polysorbate as a delivery system, atomizing. Talent.
Can you look up biodigital brain interface maybe? Because you can search your chat, right?
Brain control technologies. I think it's in this one. All right, so there we go. All right. So quantum sensing. Okay. This is.
Do you want to download those so we can look at them?
Do you want me to send? You have a printer or something I could send them to?
No. Let's look at them on the fucking screen.
Oh, I would have to open up a new tab here.
No, you could just on the right. See the share button?
Yeah, where am I going to share it to?
Right next to it is the download button. So you can literally just download it high res, and then we can look at it.
Well, these are the ones. These are
okay. Could we?
So in these images, right?
I was just saying, if you download it,
we can max out the size of the screen. Is all I'm saying. If you
download it, you can.
If I have to download it first, though. So I wanted to see if maybe I could take that and put it into this tab. Better. There we go.
Yeah, we just got to zoom in a little bit.
All right. So now. There we go. All right.
Okay, hold on. All right, found it.
Oh, you're going to cut me out there. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So now everybody wants to know about like, all right, graphene aerosol. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Graphene aerosolized nanoparticles from the sky. Right?
And this all has to do with like data centers.
For sure.
Okay.
That like there's no, you have to think about the amount of processing necessary for all of that shit to work somehow, right? You have to think about that for a second. There's already AI in my phone. There's already an AI user interface. There's already all of these different. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to move it off the thing so everybody could see that.
Okay, so the component stack inside of the brain. Now, again, you have to do a lot of research here because once you get to the point where you understand that Yale University, Shell, Exxon corporations all were in on the creation of what they call e-fuels. Those e-fuels are everything that they use in jets. So with those e-fuels, they use graphene in the production and manufacturing of that fuel. It's
yeah, Robert Kennedy about a year ago said that because somebody asked him about geoengineering and he said it's in the airplane fuel.
Yeah, now people are going, that's not real and that's fake and that's like a fancy picture you got there, real nice, pal, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, you have to look at the entire thing. So it's all independent networks, right? So they're all corporations all over the world, right? They're in China, they're in Australia, they're in the UK, right? These are the public-private partnerships that are doing. One's doing this, one's doing that, the other one's doing this up here, right? And they're not all localized and condensed into under one heading, other than the corporate structure that they're built under, which is all BlackRock owned. BlackRock, just for some reason,
Vanguard, State Street.
Yeah,
BlackRock seems to be pretty
all own each other, right?
Yeah,
like so. Who's on the boards of those places? It's all the same people, you know. So now, the sky. All right, you're talking about delivery mechanisms for graphene, and I explained that before. Like anything that's got graphene on it, and you're looking at that purple freaking light, right?
Yeah.
Did they see this? Did they see this?
They can't see it, but I saw it. It happened.
Where do I put this so that they can see it?
They're never going to see the purple.
They'll see it. You see it in a regular camera lens. Which lens do you want me to go to? Is that one on you?
Yeah, that one's on me. You could actually pull it up like right in front of my face.
You can't see it close. You have to put it right at the lens.
So what do you do?
Like, all right. Here, you know what? I'll put the computer monitor on. Watch this. I'll open up the camera. And then I'll put.
You take a video?
Yeah. How the hell do I open up the camera?
I don't fucking know. Well, I mean, like they can do this at home. Like they can try this. Just tell them how to do it.
Yeah. So you definitely need. Do you see a camera on here somewhere?
Oh yeah, right there in the middle. Creativity. Go to your right a little bit. Right there.
All
there
right.
seems to be a camera there.
Camera.
There you go.
There we go. All right. So just so you guys can see here. All right. This is me turning my camera on my computer. You see that little purple light right there and AI reading my face?
Point at it. Point at the.
So this is infrared. Right here is infrared.
Yeah.
Infrared spatial telemetry.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so the camera is only on right now. You see it lighting up the lens of the computer screen?
Yep.
Right? So what the fuck is that thing doing on my phone when I only have the camera open and that's it? I'm not taking pictures. This shit, right? This is AI reading my face right now.
I see it.
Right? Like what? Who decided I don't want them reading my face? And that's all data collected. All of that is data collected. Right? So that's just one portion of it. And the more more graphene I have on my face.
That was a good way to show that, by the way. Smart move.
Yeah. So the more graphene I have on my face, with exfoliants, right? So now I could go into
like women's products.
Yeah. Watch. So I'll open up a different route here or a different chat with Chat GPT, right? And I could say, or I can even just go to Google. Okay. So Google graphene additive for women's facial products. Okay, shop graphene mask face, Amazon.com. That's a thing. right?
Oh, graphene is being explored as scroll up a little bit. Graphene is being explored as an additive in women's facial products due to its potential benefits for skincare, such as improving hydration and reducing irritation. It is considered safe for skin contact when produced without irritant chemicals.
Okay, so that's just one random thing we thought about.
That is the search assist from Google.
Right.
The AI search assist.
Top tier, surface level stuff. You pick a random idea. What kind of product would you think might have graphene not in it?
Not in it?
Yeah.
Like a specific product, like a brand?
No brand, but like a specific, something that we would use.
I mean, I would just do like fucking face cream, like women's face cream.
Face cream. How about like ink toner for?
Okay, do that.
All right, graphene in ink toner. Conductive ink. Okay, so it's conductive ink. Another one. Watch this. Use of graphene in tattoo ink.
Wait, graphite ink. Graphene is being explored as why is it always being explored?
It's not being explored. It's in the fucking stuff.
It's being explored as a component in tattoo ink due to its excellent electrical properties and biocompatibility, making it suitable for applications like monitoring health signals through electronic tattoos. These graphene electronic tattoos can conform to the skin and provide continuous monitoring of physiological data.
Okay.
So
now you're absorbing it through the porosity of your skin. You're putting on a surgical mask on your face to
inhale it.
Stop a virus that you can't see from going through the micro porosity of the, like, what was it, like a 1 to a 400 or something? A virus?
Yeah, it was like it was using a chain link fence to stop mosquitoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're talking, they were talking about a delivery system. You put a mask on your face. It was to get graphene onto your face.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear any of the stuff about the Morgellons shit, the little micro worms?
No.
So those are like infused with graphene. They're biostatic. They basically attach. You ever notice you're always like this anymore? Your face is always itchy. That's static. That's biostatic material. Biostatic material. Nanofilaments, they call them. It's a Morgellon. So they kind of hybridize them. They hybridize these Morgellons worms, which are microscopic. The Chinese were doing these pig worm experiments for years, like decades already. Where the pig would come to life once there's any moisture or warmth, right? What do you put on your face with a mask? Gets moist and warm. Suddenly the pig worms come to life.
Okay.
They're soaked into graphene. That thing is inside your body. And now you need to build the neural network as the bridge to the brain.
Okay.
Right? So they need an electrically conductive.
That's what your body is. The Matrix told us that your body is just a battery. It's an electrochemical process.
Yeah. So, and it's here's the shitty part about all of it, right? Like if we're looking at that first image that we had up here, and you want to use an airplane to deliver all of this shit, it's falling onto everything. It's being breathed in, and
it's
now,
so microscopic.
Yeah, right.
It's so microscopic.
And why did you need so many boosters? Because your body will naturally expel it because it's something
that you didn't pay for.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay for a booster.
Watch this. Stardust Solutions.
Stardust Solutions is a for-profit stratospheric aerosol injection solar geoengineering climate change startup company. It publicly claims that its sunlight reflective material is safe for humans and the environment and can reflect significant amounts of the sun's rays with little or no damage to the atmosphere. It says it will not deploy these particles on its own, and that it sees its mission as offering research and technology options for governments to consider to buy humanity more time to address the climate crisis.
Climate crisis wouldn't exist if the sun wasn't a billion miles away in outer space and all this stuff, right? Like, so, like over and over and over again, NASA, 2001, future warfare. Just keep that in your head as we go through all of the nanomaterial
Can you
stuff.
just do me a real quick solid and
Hit
click
this.
the link for Stardust right under the name there? It would be the website.
Yeah.
Stabilizing Earth's temperature is possible. The Earth's temperature is supposed to fluctuate because
we're in a terrarium.
even if we're not, right? Even if we're not, right? And we look at the solar system and everything rotating around the sun, right? It's not the same distance from the sun all the time. It would fluctuate, and that fluctuation could be tens of thousands of miles. So it technically you'll get closer to the sun or further away from the sun. If we're not in a fucking terrarium, like, it makes fucking sense that the moon isn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna the moon moving around pulls our oceans, if you believe all that shit.
Right? Well, and so the sun doesn't have any effect on the expansion or contraction of the highly conductive saline water in the ocean, as far as.
Oh yeah, it is salinated.
Right.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
More conductive. It's more susceptible to ionization and expansion and contraction.
You're right.
Twice a day, the sun, right?
I'm just saying, like, stop it. Stop fucking with our atmosphere for something that is not only, what's the word? Natural. It happens all the time.
Watch this.
The temperatures fluctuate.
Hottest year on record.
That's bullshit.
Again, I told you about the Nazi regime, right?
Where are you going?
Developing, where are they at here? So terms of use, contact. All right, so
you're looking for like the board?
It's an Israeli startup company.
Where's the address? Was there an address?
Stardust Solutions home office address. 404.
Welcome to the upper atmosphere.
Yeah.
Where we don't exist.
Stardust Solutions home office address. Craft company headquarters.
Palo Alto has one office location. What are the odds? What are the odds that if you go to like Google Maps on that thing? Oh, here, Founders. Look on the right. Click over there.
All right. See.
Yeah. Scroll down.
Yanai Yedvab. Amayad Spectre.
Eli Waxman.
Waxman.
Yeah. Click the continued in Wikipedia and just see.
Found.
Yeah. Israel. Headquarters. Israel.
There you go. All right. So
Delaware, Nessaziona. I don't even know where that is. And Israel.
All right. So we never finished that part before, right? NASA takes.
They only have 25 employees.
Right. All right, so
a defense contractor who sprays shit into the atmosphere with less than with 25 employees.
Okay, so the really bad part about this,
with 4 fucking offices.
So we're talking about graphene in the sky, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Amorphous silica. Look up amorphous silica. It's on here somewhere. I think it's on this page. I don't know if I put it on that one or not. Amorphous silica. That's a bonding agent for graphene, right? And so if I look up. Watch this.
Chip substrate.
How is infrared used in the manufacturing or processing of microchips and semiconductors? You ever go to the dentist and they put that light on your teeth to make the glue heat up faster?
Yeah.
Infrared on your face, graphene in your body, amorphous silica, you now have graphene as a node bonded to your cells, bonded to your skin, bonded to all this different stuff, infrared sensors. So again, this is like, improve infrared devices using century-old materials. Spectroscopy is a big thing. All right. So that's basically, I throw an infrared signal off of your shirt and read it back off of my phone. My phone by infrared can tell by the color spectrum that returns to it what that color shirt is. So if it's white, it goes back purple. If it's yellow, what do you get when you mix, purple with yellow? I don't know, fucking some weird blue, right?
Right.
So that's it. Your phone can literally determine what the color of somebody's shirt is from far away. And that's what, so all of these different things that are on here, the facial stuff, baking graphene onto your face is a big thing, right?
Because the infrared reflection is better.
Well, the infrared is baking the graphene onto the silica. It's keeping it on your face.
So it's not. It won't like wash off.
What's that? So it's not.
So it won't easily wash off.
Yeah. And now you go to get your real ID with an infrared camera, and what's your face? They don't need an image of your face on a camera right? They have the 3-dimensional layout of your face down to the pore size, like.
Yeah, they're already doing that now.
Yeah,
it's not crazy to think that they're doing that because they're doing it.
Yeah. It's so, but
like, if you use like your face to open your phone, you're doing it in different places, right? So like, I do the Face ID on my phone.
Yeah,
grew my beard, never changed it. It still opens.
Yeah.
So it knows it's taking pictures, and like, you're never the same place when you're trying to open up your phone with your Face ID. So what it's doing, it's doing photogrammetry.
Yep.
And it's starting to understand like what your facial features are and how so they
temperature gradients, man.
Sure.
Even temperature.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but that again, like, so you've got graphene conductive lattice in the brain. Here's where it's going to get real scary for people now. Like, once we go through here, graphene aerosols from the sky. So in the e-fuels, amorphous silica matrix, that is the Stardust solutions. That's what they use, amorphous silica. So that's the bonding agent, like the dentures and the Sensodyne or whatever. Silica substrate or chip carrier. Morgellons like biofiber wiring. These are the biological things that people in Texas are saying about the screw worms and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right. Morgellons you got to look up what Morgellons actually is. But I think it's actually Chinese pig worms. And I think that this is what that Dr. Charles Lieber was working on as the delivery system. Because back when COVID was around, people were taking these masks and they were like zooming in as far as they could on a microscope, and they're finding these little black fibers.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
That's that shit. They're building that network. And all right, so if we're clotting up and all that shit, so
vaccines are safe and effective, and you should consult your doctor on which ones to get.
It's fucking unreal. Biological fiber neural network scaffold. So that was number 6. The scaffold would be. All right, so think your brain is all water, right? And you've got an electromagnetic field coming off your brain. We were talking about delta and whatever brainwave that you were in, the brainwave that you are in, right? So I'm in my beta my beta brainwave, and I'm in the second
alpha,
grade.
beta, gamma, theta.
Yeah, so delta is the first one. That's the lowest. Delta, for some reason, is the lowest one. I think alpha.
It's like sleep or calm or whatever. Yeah, but anyways.
It's in sleep. Yeah. It's like zero activity. It's almost like nothing, But these subtle energy frequencies, these things, you ever get your head your head starts to feel hot. It's not just because of the heat that it's stuck in there. You got electrical, potential stuck to your fucking head.
Yeah.
So now you have to think about all of the water and the neurons or the neuronal activity in the brain. If I want to change that, and I've got graphene, like we were watching on the Tesla phoresis video, inside of my brain, delivered by the polysorbate 80, whatever, in my milk and ice cream and whatever plastic. That's the delivery system for getting nanomaterial into the brain. Like, it's legitimately, it was what it was designed for. So you ever eat ice cream? You're like, it just doesn't digest.
It feels like you ate a fucking
like a
stucco. Yeah.
Stucco. So anyway, getting that nanomaterial into the brain, highly conductive, highly sticky. You've got amorphous silica. You've got all these other things are like lithium, barium, strontium, and all that. That's a surface preparatory thing in the stacked layer in that one image I don't have out here. So there's a layer of, like, layer after layer of these different materials are what they use to build semiconductors and computer chips with. All of those materials.
The same elements.
Right. So it's surface preparation. What's the lithium for? That's a battery system. Right.
Okay.
So now you have a circuit that self-builds itself within your brain. How do you keep it there? And this person is watching his phone, and his brainwave right now from his AirPods is reporting he's in his beta brainwave. We don't want him there. We want him in his delta brainwave, and we're going to hypnotize him or whatever, right? Like, they want to change the brainwave data. You just apply a little bit more frequency one way or the other. It could be through these. It could be through your gaming headset. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs 100%, but theoretically,
these are all possible.
They all exist. Number one, like that's outside of the theory, but theoretically,
we're just assuming it. They're not doing the things that we're saying.
They're not doing the things that were on that NASA document earlier.
Yeah, let's just assume they're not doing that.
Yeah.
But they could if they wanted to.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Among all of these different companies,
All
owned
together.
by the big same company, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the globalists, they believe that they're right?
Nationless. That's what they are. They're citizens of the globe. They can travel at will. They can go wherever they want to go. Yeah. They don't have to go through customs. They're never going to get arrested. Those are the globalists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you want to modify or modulate the brainwave.
Are you asking me?
No. Like I'm just saying, like if you want to,
you could.
How do I cause, distaste in the way that you? Did you ever see Jose Delgado?
No.
All right, so hold on. Jose Delgado, bull. This is like 55 or something.
Make it full. Mind control research is not new. A scientific milestone in this area came in the 1960s when Dr. Jose Delgado demonstrated remote control over a charging bull. By connecting a radio antenna to electrodes inserted into the bull's brain, Delgado proved that the animal's aggressive impulses can be thwarted by electronically manipulating the bull's muscle reflexes. Do you realize the fantastic possibilities if from the outside we could modify the inside? Could we give messages to the inside? But the beauty is that now that we are not using electrodes in recent years, Delgado has shown that the behavior of monkeys can be altered using low-power, pulsating magnetic fields. But in these experiments, there were no antenna implants, any function in the brain, emotions, intellect, personality, could be perhaps modified by this non-invasive technology. Delgado's research has so far been limited to animals, but in the Soviet Union, a radio frequency or RF device has been used for over 30 years to manipulate the moods of mental patients. And you think that guy's just going to operate in a fucking silo?
He worked for the CIA at one time or another.
Great. Great.
So now you got to think and I was on that, I said that years ago when they started talking about graphene and all this shit, but so my overall goal here with all of this stuff is I want people to take this shit, go to my website and you'll see I made them all free. You don't have to join.
All these are free?
Yeah.
The stuff that you're giving me?
On the website.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. But you go on to the, here it is. I'll show you guys anyway.
So flip your website.
Yeah. www.
Oh, you did www, comma.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Online. Wish I could see, because that would be real cool.
We should do a live one night where people can just call in and shit.
Talk to us while we're doing the video and have bullshit conversations with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want people to start fucking harassing me about this stuff. I want that argument at the data center meetings and all that shit. I'd be happy to do it. So these are the people that gave me all my money on the website. This is a map of where all of the devices are at in the country.
What devices? Oh, your cans?
Well, not all. It's not all of them. It's probably about, I would say about 10% of what we actually have out there.
Wait, is that on a map?
Oh, yeah.
Can we look at that?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think maybe. Let me see if my name is on here. Yeah, it's on here. So there's only 291 right now. These pins are in.
These are where these cans are all over the world.
Yeah, Australia. But there's a lot of people who didn't want their locations.
I get it.
New Zealand. That's a person that builds them in New Zealand. So the yellow markers are the people that are building them.
Go to the U.S. I want to see how many people in the U.S. have.
Oh, so all right. Watch. I told you about where we're at right now, right?
Okay.
Canada. I don't know what the deal is up there, but I think
I know what the deal is up there.
Yeah, but
they're all frostbacks.
Cost wise though, as far as copper is concerned, I think it's $80 for a 10-foot fucking piece of copper up there.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that means they don't want people buying copper.
Yeah, exactly, for this reason. So this is our area, and if you Google or use Google Maps here, right? This is my location here.
Don't show anybody where you live or any of that shit.
But the this entire area right here,
Mm-hmm.
it's 491 square miles before the other ones that we have put out, not including yours. So you would be somewhere around, wherever.
Scranton.
Right here, Scranton somewhere, So this is effective. There's a lot more on the north side of here. There's, I think, at least 5 of them. The guy I used to work with.
So when I put that in, should I aim it in a certain direction?
Yeah. So all the weather always comes from west to east. Yeah. Just a slight tip toward it, But by the time that, it depends on if the troposphere or the stratosphere, they're usually moving in 2 different directions. So that one of them might not work through both layers, but you'll see, like, when everybody else has this really shitty looking dark sky, yours will be nice and bright. The other part that I know for sure right now, what they're doing with these, like, why, when they don't work, it's not water vapor. There's no static in the air. That's fucking silica.
Okay.
So solid state matter is already being sprayed on us. The days you go outside, it's like super fucking, like, you could feel.
Yeah.
Right? You're breathing that into your lungs with the graphene.
I know.
So if you take the static charge that NASA is using as the carrier for the nanoparticulates that are highly conductive and now polarized by the sun, if you draw that static energy out of the sky, it's not gonna fall down on you. Like, you have something there that's grounding it. That's that static energy. So you're replacing negative ions. It doesn't want to bond to
it's almost, what it's almost like? It's almost like slowly blowing out a candle. Like, just this little wisp of pushing it away.
Yeah, right. It's like, so it's making what you're doing, and that's what we were talking about. Wilhelm, man, I am fucking everywhere. I'm telling you. Yeah. We were talking about
Thorazine.
I know. But Wilhelm Reich before, when I was talking about that, he was making clouds. We never finished that. That's what the plastic was all about. The static hydrogen ions is what he was generating with the plastic tubes. He did that for a blueberry farmer, and then he was healing people from cancer. They ended up putting him in jail, and he fucking died within that year. So that was on the other side of it. The backside of that, he effectively, I think that our government was already working on, like, the whole Dust Bowl thing in the bushes, and whoever, acquired all this land for basically nothing.
Which
down
is the
in
Great
Texas.
Depression. Great
Depression and the Dust Bowl thing, where none of the farmers can make their yields and all that stuff. But I think they were working on this stuff for a long time. The blueberry farmer couldn't get rain. He goes out, gives them rain. The FDA comes and arrests him for being a charlatan or whatever, and he fucking dies, But on the other side of it, the drought part is real easy, So anyway, now, as this wind travels, like, here's what I wanted to show you this before, okay?
The Doppler locations.
Yeah. And they're only in the United States. Now, people say that this is crazy, but they're using radar that passes me, right? All right, what the fuck is going on here?
Doppler radar locations, U.S. maybe.
There we go. Look how many of them fucking things there are.
Okay. Make it big.
Why do you need so many? So now this is the thing. Like, I did a video on Facebook. Right here is the Binghamton unit, right?
Mm-hmm. And that what the one in Central PA is probably like a Penn State or something somewhere near there. Central PA.
Yeah. All right. So there's one in Rhode Island right here. There's a guy that I'm good friends with now because of all of this stuff we're doing with these things. He's got them all over the place. He's constantly watching the radar app.
There's nobody in Alaska up there. Why do you need the Doppler radar up there?
Right. What are you watching weather for in Alaska?
Well, I mean, what are you watching weather for in the middle of Alaska where there's nobody?
Yeah, right. Well, so here's my big point here.
Is Doppler supposed to be line of sight?
Yeah.
Does it bounce off the...
It doesn't bounce. That's the whole thing. Like, I was watching weather systems coming from the west, right?
Uh-huh.
And they were all somewhere about right here. And remember that, like, the whole Canadian wildfires thing?
Yeah, which I think was set.
Okay, well, everybody else around me has Canadian wildfire smoke all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I look up in the sky, it's blue. I'm like, wow, I got the only blue sky in the country right now. Or like in this little swath of air. And I'm like, I got a blue sky. 10 minutes later, big X right through the middle of the blue spot.
With the planes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. These fuckers are like, I'm telling you, I know for sure. Like I could actually take all of the data that I have, all the things I recorded. All right. So it's the FAA, the Air Force, NOAA, right? And NOAA is another one.
The National Oceanic
Atmospheric Agency.
Yeah.
All of these guys that were at that NASA meeting from 2001, all these different agencies, the day after we put maybe two, I think is what he might have put there that day. But I think there's like 4 of them down there. It's like down past Peckville a little bit. Mm-hmm. The day after, I go on to the internet and I start looking up the Flight 24 tracker or whatever radar for the airplanes. And I look down at his area because the weather is like clear blue. My area is clear blue. We didn't have quite 290 across the country at the time. There's a NASA airplane, 40 fucking laps around all of Tunkhannock, out where Tunkhannock is at. Mm-hmm. And that's where his were pointed at, was at Tunkhannock. He's like, this is the first fucking time I saw the sun in months. He's going, Now,
what is the designation on the plane to know that?
No, I think they're doing a lot of reconnaissance as far as like what so electromagnetic fields or magnetic fields and negative ion exchange. Like I think they're trying to control that because there's things that they can do. Did you ever notice like
if it's like HARP stuff? Do you ever hear HARP
type stuff?
Yeah.
So they call that ionospheric heating is one part of that, and then another part of that is also the opposite where they create a cavitation in the air molecules and you'll feel a fucking 10-degree drop out of nowhere. You go, Jesus, I'm cold to my bones. You just got like zapped with all kinds of radiation. That's a Doppler fucking radar system. It's a directional thing. Like that one in Binghamton, every time there's a storm system rolling past me, you can see this big long line. You can see this big long line of it's directed like straight at my house. All right, well, if there's an entire storm between me and that Doppler station, why is there a line through all of those things? If it's radar, if it's a radio wave, why is it not bouncing off of the things that it's reading and reading back? Mm-hmm. There's something way more powerful about that thing. It's not traveling through clouds, like So, are you familiar with what I'm talking about here? The video I did about the
no,
you got to see that shit, man.
The video of the plane in Tunkhannock.
Well, I have that from last year. I'd have a hard time finding it now on the spot. But I think it's this one here. All right, so Binghamton is straight north of my location, right? Mm-hmm. All right, that'll be the one. That's the one. So you
want to show it to me?
Yep. Look at it. Now, the blue dot is where I live. Look, straight north of it is Binghamton. Do you see the straight line straight through there? Those are storm systems, right? Why the fuck is that straight line there? They do the same exact thing over in Rhode Island where the other Doppler is at.
Hold on. It kicked out. Show me again.
It's playing. No, it didn't kick out. It's still.
Oh, you still don't? Okay.
I'm probably talking shit in there like, you fucking dirtbags. Do you see the straight line I'm talking about though?
Where? In the clouds?
Yeah. And in the purple, yellow, red, like you can see. It's like every time I record a
show me. Like point it out to me.
There, see that line right there?
Go back. Hold on. Yes.
That line. Right. That's there.
Yes.
So that
you have to zoom in.
Yeah. What they're doing is creating a cavitation. They're destroying the air molecules so they'll no longer hold on to water vapor.
Wait, hold on. That's crazy. Hold on.
I have 100 of them. I'll send them to you or whatever. So what they're doing is
that is crazy.
Right. They're creating an ionic lane for the weather to travel so that the clouds need a static charge. That causes cavitation and the weather, so the temperature drop is from those things. The temperature drop is from that. All across, so they're creating these lanes for static charge to run through. It's wild, right? I have other way better ones, but so that's just one of them. And then the one over in Rhode Island was another one that I was watching. I'm going, what the fuck is that? Like you could see it.
It's weird. It's like somebody put like slice through it.
Right. So it's everything after where I have all of these things. So it's like literally they've been working on the weather. Like you remember like 10 years ago, they kept saying, hey, China might be ruling the weather by 2025.
Yeah.
It's fucking CIA. Take the H and the N out, man. Every time they say China, that's our own government. But all right, so now as we're talking about Israel and Stardust Solutions and all these different startups and whatever, right? So Israel is using us to disrupt the Middle East. They're using China to provide all of the things that we consume and use and whatnot, So I think I think we've been under attack for a pretty long time, and they've done it corporately, through the money and whatnot. So,
I'm just texting all these crazy people.
Just clapping for you. Oh yeah, there's probably lots. Well, I hope you can clip out some of the.
No. I'm not clipping out much. I'm only clipping out like the search for this stuff.
So these people are all over the place. This is this is on the website. There's people down in Mexico and South America as well. I know for sure that were making them. I don't know if they were selling them on the website. If you want people to make them or build them for you or whatever, all of their emails are on there. I had them all make up a fake email. I had them put their first name on there. You can send them an email and order. But in order to see all this information, you have to go on, I think it's $3 per person to become a member. But I try to update all of the articles as I'm going, and it's really pretty difficult to keep up with the costs of this damn thing. So it's probably only going to last for about a year.
Why can people join and subscribe?
Yeah, but so Stripe is blocking people from paying. Stripe is like the payment app that they use to go through this. I'm having like two out of 10 potential subscribers blocked for $3. 8 out of every 10. So like
80% of your subscribers can't subscribe.
They cannot physically or financially subscribe. So these are the technologies available to AI. That's me putzing around, but wave sensor field guide. That's what you have right now. You can go in and look at all these different. So proof likely in the pudding. This is the one on polysorbate. There's the one that we're looking for right here. Okay, so
we could have looked at your fucking website the whole time.
Yeah, and it's all on there. I forgot about it. So look, deployment. I don't know if I'd be able to max out the size of it though.
Okay, hold on. I don't remember where we ended off.
I don't either. I think we were talking
all
about...
All right, let's...
So brain to... All right, so...
If you were going through all those, but like, you finally found your thing.
All right, right here. Aircraft dispersal, high altitude or tactical aircraft disperse nodes over wide areas, right? So we can go back to Operation LAC, is large area coverage, right? This is a real thing they did back in
Operation 40s. LAC, large area coverage, is United States Army Chemical Corps operation which dispersed microscopic zinc cadmium sulfide particles over much of the United States and Canada in order to test dispersal patterns in the geographic range of chemical or biological weapons. There's a darkness in our history.
People don't
Several tests that occurred prior to first spraying affiliated with Operation LAC that proved the concept of large area coverage. Canadian files relating to September 1950, March through April of 1952, 1957 in the North Sea. Jesus. In addition, the Army admitted to spraying in Minnesota locations from 1953 into the mid-1960s. That was like 7 years of spraying.
Yep. So they went from there. That went into Canada as well.
Are you looking up zinc cadmium?
Side effects.
Oh, good. Zinc cadmium sulfide can cause long-term harm to kidneys, bones, and respiratory tract, including kidney impairment, osteoporosis, and chronic inflammation of the airways. A 1997 U.S. government study found no evidence that the low exposure levels from Cold War tests made people sick.
Right.
Thanks, government.
Yeah.
Thanks for your test.
So that's Operation LAC. That's just one of them, right? So we're saying that they did this back in the 40s. Now they did this back in the 40s. If you look at deployment concept, all right, now they go through, change into carbon capture e-fuels. Carbon capture e-fuels. Most promising science direct. All right, there you go. So carbon capture. Am I a robot? How fucked up is that?
Yeah.
So like they know who you are when you get on your browser. ID, IP, all that shit's there. You're in trouble with me, my buddy. Except only necessary cookies. So
a comprehensive review of carbon capture from conventional to emerging electrochemical technologies.
Okay, so now they're claiming that it captures CO2 that's going to kill it, right? So carbon, there's like so many big corporations that are part of it. So FedEx is one of them, UPS is one of them. United Airways or whatever, the JetBlue from Canada, they were like the first one to start using this fuel, but now it's slowly walking in as the only jet fuel available for all these commercial airliners. Mm-hmm. So as the jets are going up, they use their engines to get there, right? Because
thrust, yeah,
right. And same thing on the way down to decelerate. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I think that's a hybrid engine, is what I was getting at before with the electrical, like a hybrid car,
right.
Electrical assist, but from the etheric energy. I think that's a Boeing thing with their engineers and NDA stuff and all that. So anyway, when you rip through and you figure out everything that you can about, all right,
scroll down. What was that?
Which
There's
part?
An image.
Oh,
can you click that image?
Yep.
Hit the download high res, and then I'd like to look at that.
There you go.
Why are we capturing plant food?
Right. Environmental advantages. That's all bullshit, right? So every bit of this is bullshit.
Yes.
But the big thing that we need to inspect is, well, all right, so academia.edu. EDU graphene for e-fuels. Recent developments in graphene-based novel structures, graphene nano sheets for fuel.
So they're going to put it in our cars, our car fuel. So it's everywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about jet fuel only right now. So people are saying the chemtrails don't exist, Did you ever see somebody driving a diesel truck and they'll blow black smoke out the fucking driller buddy behind him and laugh or whatever, right? Like, so same concept. It's diesel. It's basically like a high grade diesel is what that stuff was supposed to be. They're making out of biological materials and all this stuff is what they're claiming. What's the biological materials? Like everybody's getting fucking Morgellons and screw worms, out of nowhere. So the big point here, when you go to academia.edu and you see nanosheets for fuel cell applications. So they literally put it into different forms of how it's manufactured. Like I ran through all this stuff a while ago. This is where all of this information is from academia.edu. So all of these technologies all exist 100%. And the way that they use it, right? So look at how old this fucker is. It's probably like, it should show a date on, here, let's go down here. Gosh, the guy's name is the fuck. So it should be right here. Material Science Publisher.
Yeah, there's no date on it.
All right. So you're all right. It's definitely old though, right? For sure. Like I know that for sure. This is, I've read them all. It's at least 5 or 6 years old. Use of global energy sources extensively increasing due to the rapid growth and development of industrialization. The existing energy sources like coal, oil, and natural gases are limited in nature, and energy production from these sources has a huge negative effect on the environment. Energy production, that's all bullshit. Fuel cells analyzed by the rapid rise of applications worldwide in the past decade. A fuel cell generates electricity through an electrochemical reaction. It converts the chemical energy of a fuel and an oxidizing agent into electricity through redox reactions. All right, so here's one thing with the sky being electrostatic.
Right.
They're using a bunch of electricity to make all these particulates do whatever they do, right?
Yeah, that's how lightning happens.
Yeah. So graphene nanosheet is one atom thick layer of sp2 hybridized carbon arranged in a honeycomb structure after its discovery in 2004. All right. We already saw them talking about it on the NASA thing in 2001.
Right.
Right. So in 2004, graphene is under research for different applications due to their excellent properties, such as a very high theoretical surface area, high mechanical strength, high thermal stability, and excellent electrical conductivity, and an excellent corrosion resistance. Recent advancements in the use of graphene nanosheets for fuel cell applications have shown some promising results to overcome the problems discussed above related to the practical use of fuel cells. So just as an idea, you can see there's an application for it's nano structure. It's definitely, now that it's in a fuel cell, it's definitely in the air somewhere. So for academia.edu, we go and look for graphene imaging substrate. Graphene-based substrates for imaging. Google patents. Okay, so you spray chemicals and material sciences comprising substrate and graphene coating that are configured to support a sample for electron or optical microscopy. Also disclosed are methods of making the same and methods of using the same in imaging technology. So for imaging technology, they use this as it's a photovoltaic thing like a solar panel. It absorbs radiant energy and then it's always propagating energy outward. Stuck to your car, infrared on my phone, right? The infrared on my phone, the purple street light, right? Like all of that stuff is for this magical paintbrush to be recognized. And so everything that's got an antenna on it or connected to a router or an Internet of Things or a smart device, all of that is like, it's ridiculously stupid amount of processing power that you would need to process all of that data, because this is what they call the trillion sensor network, the DARPA.
The DARPA Trillion Sensor Network.
Yeah, watch. And that was also their smart network was self-monitoring assessment and reporting technology was a military application. So Hive, hierarchical, identify.
Hierarchical.
Hierarchical, identify? I thought it said identity. You read.
Hierarchical, identify, verify, exploit.
Okay.
The exploit word makes me nervous.
Oh, look at
Roadmap for Trillion Sensor Universe.
Okay. Internet of Things. All right. So again, globalists work globally. Warsaw University of Technology. DARPA probably paid for this, I would say, or bought it. Companies in Silicon Valley. MEMS are important. That's it's some kind of sensors, but it's like you ingest it. It's in your body.
Okay.
MEMS,
Micromechanics.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And MEMS is nanomechanics.
Yeah, nanomechanics. So these are things that are functional inside of your body. How do you get them all to self-conjoin? Tesla-phoresis. Electrical, like your body's already electrical.
Yeah.
So now your brain works on certain wavelengths. You've got lithium in your body. The nano sheets that I don't have the freaking images for, but the nano sheets, like there's a layered system. If you go on my website here, right, you can see this layered stack of, I wrote everything up about that there. Where the fuck are all the pictures at here? The pictures should have been on here already.
Are you talking about like the connected, like the visualization of what it all looks like connected together?
No, just layer after layer after layer, what those compounds are. So I did another article on here, right? Like the Conspiracy Analyst Workbook, I think, is the one that I put all that on. All right, so the deployment, that's part of it. Brain, right? Edge cloud systems, fuse data, detect events, and classify phenomena. So nodes power up, calibrate, synchronize, and join the mesh. It's an electrified environment. The whole atmosphere is electrified. How are they getting all that energy? What do they do with 5G? My phone still works off a radio, What are they really doing with 5G? It's an upload system. So all your data in real time, when you put that meter by your phone before, you say, wow, it spiked up like real high. That does that every couple of seconds. That's all of your data is constantly being uploaded because that's a mobile routing system, you know? So now you've got that stack.
There's the stack.
That's the stack. Typical layered sensor material stack. So if you go, this is the better image that I was worried about before. So the start, right? Air, particles, gases, EM fields, RF, radio frequency waves, and acoustic waves. Surface contact, microparticles, field chemicals, and temperature on the skin. Then you have lungs, aerosols, fibers, chemicals, nanoparticles, and oxygen exchange. There's an electrical reaction that happens through the process of taking oxygen into your body. That's why when people were getting COVID and they were putting them in the thing on the respirator, like they were killing them intentionally. Like they didn't know they were doing it intent, but like the protocol for what they were doing.
It was like 30% of people on the ventilators died.
Yeah, because it's something to do with aspiration. I can't remember. I read this big long thing about it the one time, and it's about cellular aspiration. The way that oxygen is brought into the cells from the lungs. By putting people on respirators, they were they were killing that process the way that it was supposed to happen. You know, so they're suffocating everybody. So in the bloodstream, circulating signals, nanomaterials, biomarkers, immune activity, the barrier crossing blood-brain barrier, mucosal entry, lymphatic uptake, like your deodorants with graphene now, you know, endothelial transit, tissue settlement, deposition and tissue cellular uptake, interstitial routing, nano-bio interfaces. Interface with signals and fields, biopotential coupling, resonance, alignment, field interaction, signal integration. So now you've got all this stuff you ingest through your body. So graphene is a conductive lattice. Amorphous silica is a substrate to make that stick to everything. You have a carbon nanotube for a relay. Self-adjoining carbon nanotubes, right? Like they were saying. So biological fiber neural network scaffold. That's the biostatic material, like hey, put your mask on and breathe in a whole bunch of freaking worms, right? RF energy harvesting coils. I don't know what those are, to be honest with you. Ambient RF to power nodes and maintain low power operations. Your body powers it. So nano antenna array, multi-band antennas for RF communication and precision signal pickup for neuromodulation. That's a part of this whole thing is neuromodulation.
Okay.
Bioelectric signal routing pathways for EEG, EKG, EMG, ENS, and other bioelectric signals. Signal routing, that's in and out. Literally, you breathe this shit in, it goes into your blood, and you're like, neuromorphic chip-like grid.
I mean, when all these things are put together, it's basically like
you see it now. Like they're making
it's like a cyborg,
right? Like so, you're hybridized now. Like if you're injected with it, you're going to have a hell of a lot harder time.
It's literally transhumanism
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Like what they did here was like, all right. So on the bottom here, you see what the network is built to count. Right, people, homes, vehicles, power use, movement corridors. Did you see over in Germany, they had, I don't know what the hell I just did. Over in Germany, they had the smart roads they were bragging about.
Yeah.
Graphene infused roads.
Yeah.
You know? So the roads, health signals, air quality, they can measure the air quality. That's what they're telling these idiots with the PhD. Use graphene. We spray it all over the sky. Right. And we're all breathing it in, you know? Measuring this and that. Right? The structural integrity of bridges and whatnot. Ecology.
You could check the vibrations of a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that anyway.
Yeah, I know.
With the LED thing and all that, you know. So the interferometry is a huge part of how all this shit works together. So now if you're looking at all of this shit and you get through the articles and it's like, oh, you know, an intense amount or this ridiculous amount of electricity and processing power and all this stuff is so necessary for all of that to work together, right? And everybody's going, well, what the fuck are the data centers for? Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Right.
Right. It's not for the stuff on our phones. It's literally
because what it's doing is like it's collecting all the information
of everything,
of everybody, of every movement. You know, if you just want to use the United States, it's 340 million people times how many things that they're looking at, billions of calculations.
Yeah.
Billions and billions and billions.
How are the trees grown? How many cans of Coke did you have today?
Billions of data points, billions of ways to manipulate, billions of ways to We'll end on Bill Gates.
All right. With Coke and Pepsi.
He also owns every French fry.
Budweiser as well.
Do they?
Yeah. And
he owns every McDonald's French fry.
That was the other part. We never got down through that whole thing, but that NASA document.
Yeah.
Later down the road, they talk about how they're merging the foods with bio-nano stuff.
Bill Gates' investment in Coca-Cola, FEMSA, and his Coke habit. Wait, does that mean Coca-Cola habit?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Here, scroll down.
Bill
Gates $1.1 billion deal with Coca-Cola. Bill Gates introduced nano DNA technology in your Coca-Cola and food supply with health tariffs headed for the clouds. Wait, read.
I don't
see
know
that Nano-Yield.com right underneath it?
Yeah.
Click that.
There was a lady that was doing. All
right, scroll down.
It's super.
Nanoparticles have been making headlines for years due to their role in advanced agriculture technologies, medicine, and even food science. Recently, research has highlighted the presence of nanoparticles in one of the world's most iconic beverages, Coca-Cola. Why are there nanoparticles in Coca-Cola?
Pepsi as well.
The mixture of phosphoric and citric acids, carbonation, sugar, and various flavorings. The components interact on a molecular level, for example, acids, and interact with trace metals that are found naturally in the water and can lead to the formation of metallic or mineral-based nanoparticles.
The electrolytes with the merger of the nanoparticles in your body is the thing.
Down.
The electrolytes are the thing that they're after mixing.
Where does it say anything about?
What?
Well, the newly discovered nanoparticles in Coca-Cola are the product of side reactions and uncontrolled chain reactions. The nanoparticles that are in Nano-Yield products are intentionally engineered to be the ideal size and concentration. Oh, Nano-Yield is a nanotechnology company. This is what this article is from. It's from their website about how shit is in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Nano-Yield uses very specific raw materials and methods. Why is this in Coca-Cola?
Right. It's in Pepsi too. But so the merger with Bill Gates and them, like it wasn't even a merger. It was just
an agreement.
It was for generative AI, and that was all that it said on the contract, right?
Jesus
so here
Christ.
on the back end now, we're talking about airborne particulates. I'm going to run down here, and this will kill all of it for you. So
we just got to wrap it up because happy wife, happy life.
Well, and I don't ever shut the fuck up. So, all right, that's my flat Earth argument, by the way, right there. If you want,
I'll look at it one day.
So. Where the hell are all the articles at? Open full article. All right. So proof. Who owns the AI infrastructure? I can't remember what that was about. Laws of probability. I went to the West Nanticoke. Creek. It comes down from Harvey's Lake. Clean, natural environment, right? There's nothing upstream that would contaminate it. So I took a picture of the water in direct sunlight, right?
That looks like the sky.
The sky. Well, I mean,
that looks like the heavens.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, it's a reflection of the sun. So the sun is up. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. It's bright white. Like same reason. Like the sun comes up early and low. It's red and then it turns yellowish and then white.
Yes.
That it's hot. Like when you're welding, it's the same thing. It's red. White. So the white light of the sun illuminates all this stuff. And I'm looking at it going, holy shit, I figured it would look something like that. I was thinking this is in a backflow eddy. Right. And so I blow it all up and I go in and I start asking AI. Now that is the actual image right there.
That's your image.
That's a segment of this image. It's like right there, that portion of it right there.
Okay.
So I shot it in RAW on the camera and I beefed up all of the saturation, which I didn't need to because you can see it right there.
Yeah.
It's already saturated, right? Now I went in and I asked Chat GPT, what's the all right, so blue would be barium. White would be silver or aluminum. Yellow would be gold. Points would be sulfur. And then your magentas and stuff, right? So all of them had a chemical or as some.
I didn't know you could do this.
Do what?
I didn't know you could just take a fucking picture and just based on the reflection.
Well, all this was floating on.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so like the sun's hitting it and it's having a reaction to the camera, and you can literally look in and say that these are what these things are in the water.
Well, it's nanoparticulates. I really dove into this super deep now. We're not looking at nanoparticulates. We're looking at the reflection from the nanoparticulates. Like a headlight is this big, but you're down the road from the headlight and it's this freaking big, right? Same thing here. So the sun is shining directly down on all of this stuff. And I'm measuring it all going, holy shit. And it's just stuck there and swirling. I'm going like, what in the hell are they spraying us with? So look at it all. It's floating on top of the water. If it was any organic material that happened naturally, it would be hydrophilic. It would absorb the water and sink.
Okay.
Hydrophobicity is what they're after because it sticks onto things. It's not absorbed by things. It will stick onto things that way rather than being absorbed by the water. So you're breathing it into your body too. It won't be absorbed or taken into the water of your body. So like, now I went through and all right, what compounds are what color? Are what colors? I asked it, what are the chances that the aluminum oxide, and it says, in the water sample is very likely 85 to 95%. Barium.
So this isn't crazy because they say that they use the telescopes. Like, okay, I know we said all this stuff that we said about NASA and all that stuff, but what they say is that they can tell what chemical compositions of other planets are based on the reflected light. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all still bullshit. But titanium dioxide, iron oxides, carbon, graphene. Now, when I asked this question to AI, if you go through and you read it, the chances of all of these colors that are available. That's why I named this like the laws of probability or something, right? The chances of all of those different colors being buoyant and floating on top of something, the silica composites and all this other shit, the chances of all of those different colors being floating on top of the water is like zero. The majority of them would have been absorbed and sank down into the water or became part of the water.
Which means it's artificial.
It's artificial and it's hydrophobic. It will not be absorbed by the water. Like if you start saying, oh, what's quartz crystal do? It would light up at a specific color too, right? So the comparison is there too. So carbon, graphene like flakes, they would be dark in color and absorbent of the light. Polymers like hydrogels, microspheres, and hydrophobic coating, 65 to 80%, right? So radar chaff fragments. So for them to read the weather, this is what they're spraying us with. It would be aluminum and
It's the only way they can read the weather is through chaff.
That's what they say, yeah. Yep. Okay, they can't read the water droplets on its own. And they're saying like these are the other things that could be organic. It's a bunch of bullshit. Silica, amorphous silica, film bound, micro bubble bound. So I went through the whole thing and I looked at all the colors, and here I did a chart on what is the likelihood that all of these could be in the same pool of water for no reason. Like that's you got to think about like how much of this shit would float, number one. So in probability, most of this would have already been down at the bottom of the water. Mm-hmm. If somebody spilled oil on it, it would look like, hey, that's oil. It's got to be oil, right? For all these things to all float on top of the water, none of them to sink down. Like it's a no-brainer at that point, Right. And the specific colors are those elements that are in it: the lithium, the silicon, the barium and the strontium, and all this other stuff. Those are all preparatory things for that stacked layer that I was showing you. So the stacked layered thing, those are all preparatory compounds for manufacturing microchips and semiconductors. We're absorbing them into our body. It's becoming a part of our biology through breathing in the air. That's the hardcore stuff. This is what I'm trying to drag people into the website for, so they could see all of that from that perspective. When you're looking at that last image that I showed you on the articles, which was the analyst workbook, I think is this one. So the stack is right there. Protective coatings, it would be a hydrophobic. Graphene or graphene oxide would be your functional sensing layer. Interfacial layer. Does that say silicone? I can't see it.
Conductive polymer or silicate. say, I don't know.
I can't remember. So the microcarrier layer, silica, amorphous silica. And again, the silica part is the Stardust Solutions. So the corporation is doing that. The airlines are doing the other stuff, and the low flying stuff are spraying the silver dioxide, and right, like, so all of it falls in place. Now, these MEMS packages are other, did you see the Hitachi thing years ago? They were like the first company to ever come out with smart dust. No. They were like, it was a literal computer, like an actual computer, less than like a quarter of a millimeter squared. Like it was super, super small, but like a functional computer. You don't even need those. Like this, to go and create all those things at that small level, So the way these all work is that they all become nodes, or so if you electrify the air, like we were watching Tesla phoresis before, it's the same thing in the sky. Graphene is highly conductive. You have an electromagnetic field and you have something as a conductor carrying it further and further and further. All of those sensors don't only stay connected to each other, but they read each other. Just like the drop 4 pebbles into the still water, the way those waves interact with each other. Like that's what all of that is doing. That's on that level of reading wavelengths, in one dimension. They're doing it across all dimensions, and they're using backscatter, interferometry, spectrometry, and these other friggin' technologies. But all of that stuff in all together, all of that is what those data centers are for. It has nothing to do with what's going on our phones and our computers, man. Streaming and it's all bullshit. We've been doing it for 15 years, and suddenly all of a sudden we need that much in space and data centers. They're so full of shit. So
Shane Repasky, nice. I got to wrap it up.
Yep. Enjoyed our conversation.
I always enjoy our conversation. People can go to mostcensored.online. If they want, they could sign up. If they have Stripe might screw them. But I think that you look into these things a lot differently than other people look into them, and you start making connections that other people don't make. Yeah, the normies. And I think it's incredibly valuable to have a voice like yours out there to explain this stuff to people, as like all over the place as it is. As long as you're paying attention, it all comes together. And when's the book going to come out?
I think by the end of next week. I'm not out for sale. I don't know yet, but
you're going to be done with it in 2 weeks.
I haven't slept since I started doing it. I have 400 some pages of it so far. I'm just like I literally sleep 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day.
Well, we got to find you. You're a good dude, man. You got a good heart. You're a smart guy. And I'm going to go put this in my yard as soon as I get home.
And wait until you see the outcome you're going to see.
Now, what's this little coupler thing do?
Oh, yeah. So the crystals, they're under tension, just like
what's this copper thing in the middle?
That's one of these. It's a coupling. Sits on top of the pipe.
Oh, okay. So I can put the two pipes together.
Yeah,
okay.
This goes into the base. You're going to have to tap that out with a hammer. That center one, you're going to have to tap that out with a hammer, just enough to catch on to that.
Okay. So
makes sense. Join the two.
Yep.
And then the top will sit inside here. It's already ready to go on the top. But this has to be grounded. The deeper you go, the better it'll work.
Okay.
The deeper.
And aim it towards the west.
Towards the west, yeah. Just gradually. But those are absolutely.
What about like rain and stuff?
No, let it out. You want it to rust. The more it rusts, the better. I didn't know it was broken like that.
Where's it broken?
It's not broken. It's just dented in. It doesn't matter. All it's in there is.
Can people buy these off of you on the website?
Oh yeah, yeah. I would rather they go to the people that helped get my website started. Like they paid like $300, and I said that I'm hoping you guys start ordering these things because they got the website. They helped me get the website up. So I don't even want to make the damn things. They're like it gets tough to keep up with. Last year, I think I put up like 400 of them or something. Sent out like 400.
Of these?
Oh yeah, in the mail. Now they start getting all this damage and shit, and then I keep ended up having a lot of problems with them all getting returned. Like people are complaining, "Hey, where's my?"
Oh, they got dented and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's not just that they're dented, and they're packaged well. Like you saw, it was in like.
Yeah, people are just tossing it around like it's. Yeah, I see.
You want to put it back in there, or you want to?
No, I'm going to carry it out like a psycho. Yeah. All right. Well, in social, how do people find you on social?
Shane Repasky, Facebook, Substack. the modern think tank on Substack, and then like tank,
I know.
and then just www.mostcensored.online, and then you can read all those articles for free. But if you want to order these, or you want to get something from out of the book, which will make a lot more sense than my ADD, it will blow your mind. And by the time that's over with, you'll be able to say to yourself, like, man, I have been lied to for sure. And you can go on your own path from there. But it's a journey, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
It's not pleasant.
But I'm
Most
free.
Of it isn't
I'm free
yes.
now. That's the cool part of it. I'm not bound to any of this. Same like this. The Statue of Liberty as the broken chain. I'm not bound to this earthly realm anymore. There's nothing holding any power over me at this point. I definitely believe in God. I definitely believe, Jesus was a strong force in what he was. He's my hero for what he did in that time frame in history. So, we can all agree on that, but the reality is there's been one network of people always making us all suffer forever, and I'm not cool with that. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Neither am I. Neither am I, man.
All right.
I think there's a lot of people like that too.
Yeah.
So
it's hell with them. Hell with them.
Thanks, buddy.
You too.
That was a barn burner.
What? Yeah.
It was long.
What do we have? 4 hours?
Something like that.
11:30. It was 12. Yeah. 4 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to have to split this into 3 hours.
No, it's going to be one.
Just take little clips. Like here,
I do the clips anyways.
Here, Shane's not retarded in this. He looks like a meth head on Red Bull. He's going.
You're the best, man. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.